Okay. What the fuck? Go, 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 go. Okay, there he goes. Oh, it's not straight.
Oh boy. Hi everybody!
We're getting ready. Hey! Welcome to the Twitch Shopping Network, hosted by Pink Gorilla Games, live here on Twitch. The only way you should be buying your retro video games. The only #1 trusted, lowest priced, best video game store in the world, Pink Gorilla Games. Welcome! Thank you for joining us.
So if this is your first Twitch Shopping Network here at Pink Gorilla Games, let's tell you a little bit first about why we're doing this, and then we're going to talk about what you do tonight. So we've got a bunch of friendly mods in chat. They'll be able to help you out as well. But basically, we are a retro video game store here in Seattle, owned by both of us. Most of the time, we don't sell anything. We don't sell really anything online. We've got kind of a limited selection of some of our merchandise and overstock online, but in general we try to save all the really cool stuff for our local guys. But once a month we want to open it up to all of you guys, whether you're international, whether you're just somewhere else in the United States. Not everyone can get to Seattle, so thanks for joining us, and tonight you're going to be able to get almost anything in the store.
So in just a few minutes, we're going to walk you through our entire store, section by section, go over each section very slowly, and if you see a game on the screen that you want, go ahead and whisper the account known as DSKoopa Checkout. That's DSKoopa Checkout. They should be typing into the chat a couple times. If you see that name scrolling by, go ahead and click on it, and click Whisper, and just write whatever you want to get started. Simply tell them the items you'd like. Our lovely staff will come out and get your items prepared, and we will invoice you at the end of the night.
Yeah, so please wait until you see the item that you want. If you want to ask for it, please wait until you see it on stream. We do have limited numbers of most of these items. Some items we only have one in stock, so it is first come, first serve. Please try to let them know as specifically and as soon as you possibly can once you see it on screen.
And tonight's all about deals, folks. Tonight we have 5 very special deals for you, but the overarching deal, the best deal of them all, is subscribing to the DSKoopa channel, maybe using your Twitch Prime subscription. Who cares how you do it? But the benefits of doing so will get you free shipping tonight. I hate paying for shipping. Minimum shipping cost is like you want to ship a stamp? $3.50. It's ridiculous.
Free shipping within the continental U.S.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Yes,
that's right.
Not to like, I don't know where else, but international shipping is still expensive. Unfortunately, not much we can do about that. But yeah, if you were in the continental U.S., go ahead and hit that sub button. It's probably going to be cheaper than your actual shipping. So yeah, go ahead and do that. The other thing is tonight we're only going to be going through each section once, so be sure you're watching the whole time. We won't be able to accommodate individual requests. There's going to be way too many people watching, so please just go ahead and pay attention, and when you see something you want, go ahead and message that DSKoopa checkout account.
Sounds great, Kelsey. Well, let's get started tonight with our very first deal. Our first deal of the evening is the classic staple deal of the Twitch Shopping Network, which is a Nintendo Switch console. No, scratch that. 2 Nintendo Switch consoles for only $150 each. We have those tonight, available now to the first 2 people who call in to this bright red phone.
Alright guys, get those fingers warmed up.
A phone number should be displayed on screen. Ilorn will post it into chat. Ilorn, our lovely moderator, so helpful.
Alright, so only 2 of these Switches tonight for $150. This is an absolute steal. It's such a ridiculous steal that, well, I mean, it's our most popular thing every TSN, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't beat half off of a brand new console, right? And the Switch is so cool and so innovative. I just love being able to just pop that right in and just, bam, continue my game right on my screen. It's amazing. And with such awesome titles, I mean, oh my gosh, we've got our first caller of the evening, guys. Who's it going to be? Hello, caller. Hey, what is your username, sir? Gordo Jordo. All right, Gordo Jordo, congratulations. Just go ahead and message DSKoopa Checkout with your email address, and this is on hold for you, sir. Thank you very much.
1 Switch down. Go ahead, guys. The phone is back on the hook.
We still have one more Switch, guys. Go ahead and come and get them. They're out there for you. Oh my gosh, it's our second caller of the evening. Hello, caller. What's your Twitch username? Evil the Jared, congratulations, sir. Thank you so much for participating in the Twitch Shopping Network. Make sure to give your email address to DSKoopa Checkout, and we will get you an invoice at the end of the evening.
Sorry, what was it?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Evil the Jared. Yes. All right. Thank you very much. Have a good one. All right.
No idea how to spell that.
And there they go, folks. Easy as that. They're out the door. Thank you very much. Let's get started with the other deals, like the entire rest of the store. So we're going to start, as we usually do, up at the very front of the store with some popular items, some adorable, high-quality, directly from Japan imported plushie merchandise. All of these are officially licensed and super soft. Price?
And the best thing about these is all of these are imported from Japan. They're all really high quality, and some of these plushies are especially cool. Like these guys right here, these are actually from the Crane Game catalog. So normally you would not only have to be in Japan, you'd also have to be really good at Crane games to get them.
Who needs skill when you got money? Right up here you can see we have an entire rainbow of Yoshis. That would make a really good look in your home. Only $15 each for those Yoshis. Again, all officially licensed and directly from Japan. A lot of these going to be pretty tough to find around here.
These Pikachus and Squirtles are really cute. Check out that fuzz on those. Now that is a really interesting fabric. Not something you see very often.
Right down here, another interesting style. It's so fluffy, this fluffy Pikachu here. A little bit different than kind of the bath towel style of that one, but still all fluffy the same. Speaking of fluffy,
oh boy.
Look at this. This is the fluffiest plushie, I think, of all time.
This is the item of the evening, you guys.
People
the Marie
love these.
Plushie. It is like a cloud. A yellow cloud. It is awesome. Alright, what other plushies do we have here? Oh, we have an assortment of Pikmin up here, including a flying Pikmin. That's
this is
pretty
new.
Interesting.
I actually am a huge Pikmin fan, and way back when Pikmin 3 came out, I had to order these from Etsy. Well, now they're officially licensed straight from Japan, Nintendo. What do we got over here? This is from the Kirby 25th Anniversary Series. These Kirbys are only $13.
Over here we have some Kirby's with their powers. These ones are a little bit more expensive at $16, but they're really detailed. You can really see the quality and the stitching on these.
Beautiful.
Really, really nice.
Down here we have some Mario characters, enemies, and just the whole crew. Wario, no Waluigi, unfortunately not
I know,
here.
He's been
but
so popular.
I think you guys should invest in Wario as the next meme. He's got a lot of potential. I say go for him.
I agree, and he's only $18, and that's a pretty hefty plushie right there.
Down here we have an adorable Charmander plush.
Look at this chibi head on this Charmander and on this Flareon. These are really, really cute, really special. This is another one of those Crane Game prizes. So don't worry about going to Japan. Don't worry about trying your luck in one of those Crane Game machines, because you can just buy them straight from us.
Just buy them. You'll spend more than $25 on those crazy machines. Down here we have a Raichu plushie to go along with these Pikachus. Pikachu, he's everywhere. Raichu, that's the realness. Right here we got a Pikachu inside a Leafeon like sleeping bag. I hope it's not Leafeon skin. My God, Pikachu
I don't think so.
has
That's
a dark
pretty
side
dark.
maybe.
But it's cute because you can actually take the ears out, or you can tuck them back in. I wish I had a sleeping
Goodbye,
bag
Marie.
like this.
Over here, a couple Poplios available, and as part of the same set, we got Rowlet and Poplio. Oh, and there's a second style of Rowlet.
Yeah, so guys, make sure you're being really specific when you're messaging DSKoopa Checkout, because there are a couple things that look pretty similar here. Like these two Rowlets, there's one that's fluffy and one that's not fluffy. So you might want to specify fluffy or not fluffy if that's something you guys are after.
All right, Kels, why don't you say we hit some games?
All
Plushies
right.
are good and all, but I want to play some video games.
Do you? Well, unfortunately, you have to host a shopping network tonight. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not going to be able to do that.
Maybe later. So why don't we start with the Atari section?
All right.
Atari, it doesn't get a whole lot of love these days, but you know what that means? Low prices. All of these games are either very, very expensive and collectible, like Masters of the Universe,
Those
or
are in television
extremely
games, not Atari
I
games.
know, or extremely cheap, like $2 or $3. So here we have our
Maybe
intelligence
$1.
section. Yeah, $1 for bowling. How exciting. That's cheaper than a trip to the bowling alley.
That's
and you
true.
can experience virtual bowling in your home. Absolutely insane. NFL football, only $1. That logo, putting that logo on there, that's more than $1. Chess, the most classic game, I think, of all time.
Absolutely. We do have horse racing, reversey, there's all kinds of things here. What's this? A $12 game. This is Tron Solar Sailor.
Amazing.
The most expensive Intellivision game we have.
Alright, moving on, we got some Coleco and Atari games. Again, if you like any of these games, you want to add them to your collection, go ahead and message DSKoopa checkout. And at this point, I'd like to point something out. If you're new here, you might be thinking, wow, this is kind of a weird way to display your games. Well, we have this system where we clean and test every single game that comes through our store, and then we put them into these bags and then hang them up on display. It's kind of inspired by the way that they do it in like the streets of Japan, like these street fairs. So it has a double bonus, right? So first off, I think it displays pretty darn well. But also, now that it's in this bag, there's no way it's getting any more dirty than when we cleaned and tested it. So it's guaranteed to work when it gets to your home. Dragster, one of the most infamous speedrun games of all time. Right next to Codebreaker, I noticed. That's a funny coincidence.
That is funny.
Kelsey, what is your favorite Atari game?
Oh,
Mine
gosh.
is Haunted House, because it's just a black screen and a pair of eyes. They took their limitations and got real clever with it. Oh look, Sequisha's on the cover of this one.
I don't know if I have a favorite Atari game. I'd have to think about that. Maybe Yard's Revenge. That's kind of a basic answer, but...
Yars' Revenge is thoroughly enjoyable still to this day.
Can't say that about every Atari game, but you can say that about quite a few of them, especially if you enjoy kind of going back and seeing where video games sort of came from. Of course,
I enjoy
not
MASH
the first,
quite a bit.
The show or the game?
Both.
What do you even do in the game?
You rescue people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pac-Man Classic, gotta have it. This is the rare Davis edition
The
of
Davis
Pac-Man.
edition.
Yeah. Riddle of the Sphinx. What is the Riddle of the Sphinx? For
I don't
only
know.
$3, you can find out today. And this is, oh my gosh, a jarringly beautiful copy of Phoenix. My
Sure
gosh,
is.
I don't
The
think there's a more
River Raid.
minty copy of it.
That's a good one. Cubert, a classic.
There's even a game called Kelspert. A ROM hack called Kelspert, all about you. Did you know that?
There
Did you know
is.
that, Kelsey?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
Made by John Riggs.
Superman asterisk. It's not, you know. That's because they found out he was using performance enhancing drugs. They had to put an asterisk next to his name.
The asterisk is for this is not the Nintendo 64 version. Don't worry.
Even back then.
Even they just
It was
knew.
ripples
they could
in
see into the
time how
future.
bad the game was.
Okay, over here, our last Atari section is Atari 5200. And that concludes our Atari Retro section. What did you think, Kelsey?
I think that was pretty good, but let's go to something a little bit more exciting. Something people are gonna identify with maybe a little bit more.
Absolutely. The Famicom!
That's not what I meant, but that we do need to go through the Famicom,
I'm
so
just
let's do
kidding,
it.
guys. Let's start with the NES.
And then return to the Famicom.
Exactly.
All right,
So
let's
the
do it.
NES Classic, my first game ever played was on the NES, and this I think is when games got playable, in my opinion. We got such classics as Battletoads.
Oh, no, that's a
I don't
good
know
one.
if any of you
That's
guys
gonna
have heard of that one.
That one's
but
gonna go
We
quick.
have Battletoads. Bad Dudes. Are you a bad enough dude to buy this game right now?
So here's where there's something else I'd like to point out here. You guys might notice on some of our games we have this thing that says new save battery. Now on some of the older cartridge-based games, there is a battery on the inside that's keeping your save data in there. Not all games, but some of them have that. Now those batteries do go bad after, it's been several years, right? So they go bad after a while. We actually solder in brand new ones that should get you, should keep you for the next 10 to 20 years. And we make sure we do that for any game that has a battery in it.
Literally all of them, even the ones that we think, all right, who's really going to go back and play Frank Thomas's Big Hurt Baseball a whole season and use that battery power? Well, you might be that guy.
We want to make sure that you're taken care of, and that is our promise to you. That's what we try to do here at Pink Gorilla. give you guys the best experience we possibly can. Now, I do want to mention one more thing tonight, guys. If you are, I know there's probably a lot of collectors here in the chat, and I'm a collector too, so I totally get it. If you are kind of pickier about the labels, or you need a manual or something like that, please do let them know in that DSKoopa checkout, so we don't waste your time, you know, and you don't open it up and go, oh wait, this one doesn't have a great label. Because for several of these games, we do have more than one copy. So the one that you're seeing out here might not be the one that you get. It's possible. It's not, you know, not for sure, but it's possible. So if you're someone who is like, hey, if there's some, you know, some labelware, I'd rather not have it. If it doesn't have the manual, I'd rather not have it. Please let us know.
That's a good point,
yeah.
Kelsey. We have a fleet of people working back there to talk to you. That's right. You'll be reaching live associates tonight. When you message DSKoopa checkout asking for any of these games, you got someone who's going to talk back to you. Now, usually these things are a little busy, so it might take them a minute, so be patient with them, but we'll do our best to get back to every single last one of you guys.
And once again, guys, do make sure you're paying attention, because we are only going to go through all of these sections once. So please make sure that you know, when you see something you want, you message DSKoopa checkout. We won't be able to go back and, you know, look for stuff for you. But there's a whole lot of cool stuff here, so glad you guys are here early and watching.
Now here's my favorite NES game of all time, Punch-Out! Or rather, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! Who cares? Either one. I have no indifference. I know a lot of people prefer Mike Tyson's, but...
Mike Tyson just kind of called Nintendo out on Twitter yesterday. Did you see that?
My God, what has the world come to?
Well, they're putting the not Mike Tyson version of Punch-Out! On their online service, which makes sense because they're probably not paying him.
They took him out of the game back on the first on the first game.
Yeah.
It should not be a surprise.
Yeah, he's had several years to get mad about this. This is not. Not the first time. Definitely some good stuff showing up here.
Tecmo Bowl, one of the most playable football games in my opinion ever. I'm not the biggest like sports game fan, but I can play a game of Tecmo Bowl, or rather Super Tecmo Bowl. Turtles, if you're up for a real challenge, here it is, Turtles. I couldn't get past the first level in that ridiculous game.
Got a couple of the Ultima games, that's pretty exciting.
Now, if you started playing Yoshi, the new Yoshi, why not go back and play the original? It's completely different in every imaginable way,
puzzle game.
but
it has absolutely nothing to do with
it does have Yoshi eggs in it. And over here we just have a couple boxed NES games. And I believe all these have the manuals, but again, feel free to message DSKoopa checkout with any questions at all.
Yeah, if you need a manual in order for you to want to buy it, please make sure you mention that. That way we can check for you. Now, real quick, I do want to mention that we do also have cords for all of these, cords and controllers for basically all of these systems. So if you need something like a video cord, an extension cable, a power cord, controller, we don't always have Nintendo brand ones. It seems like we have a few right now, but probably not an infinite amount. So if there's any of these that you guys need, we also do have those as well.
Yeah, so here we are, as mentioned before, the Famicom games. This is where it gets a little weird and interesting. So Japan also got the NES, but they called it the Famicom. And they come in these colorful cartridges here, as opposed to these kind of boring gray ones here that we all know and love. Here's what they got, and it's incredible. There's a whole lot of games that never came over here, so feel free to experiment. If you pick up one of these 60 to 72 pin adapters, you can actually plug these bad boys directly into your NES. It's as easy as that. Now, the language is going to be Japanese, so good luck, but
yeah,
it's fun to experiment around.
I mean, you know, you guys know games like Mario and stuff aren't going to have any text in them whatsoever.
On the other hand, this game, American Ultra Quiz. Now, that might be a little hard to play. Literally a quiz game show.
It's a quiz about America in Japanese.
What is your favorite Famicom exclusive game of all time? Mine is American Ultra Quiz.
No, it's not. Oh gosh, that's a tough question. Off the top of my head, like Holy Diver or something. It's not that we have on the wall here.
I like Devil World.
Devil World's a good one.
I like
Bird Week.
Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah, that's a great exclusive, Cody. There are also some just really, really weird looking covers here. Oh, and I should mention, since we're looking at the Japanese section, if you don't know what it is, but you know that you want it, please just describe it as much as possible. You could say, it was the $4 game that was black, and it was in between two green games, and it had a shirtless dude on the cover. You know, whatever it takes, be as descriptive as possible. That way we can help you out. We totally understand. Now these ones are pretty good. All of the Ninja Hanamaru and Ninja Jajamaru games, those are all pretty fun, kind of arcadey type exclusive Famicom games, which is nice.
This one always stood out to me because it's a horse racing game, but it looks like the developer's child drew the horse on the cover.
It's modern art.
Yeah.
Except from the late 80s. One of the things I love about the Famicom is just how colorful these cartridges are. They display really well. If you're a collector,
yes.
I actually organized mine in rainbow order, which makes absolutely no sense for trying to find the games, but it looks pretty.
Down here at the very bottom and at the very beginning, it looks like we have one of the IREM games. So these are kind of cool, good for testers, I guess. So right here, there's an LED that will indicate when the cartridge is receiving power. So the Famicom actually does not have a power indicator on it. So that's quite a useful bonus feature that you can get on one of those. All right, Kel, so you ready for the Super Nintendo? This is something I'm a little bit more familiar with than the NES. What about you? Did you grow up playing Super Nintendo at all?
Kinda. My neighbor had one.
Okay, all right, that's good
Close
enough for me. All right, let's get started over here. Animaniacs is a game that I totally love. Equinox stands out to me as well. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, not the most popular Final Fantasy, but give it a shot. Don't let the memes get you down. It's fun. Give it a shot. We got Killer Instinct, which is a total classic.
And once again, guys, you might notice these new save batteries. We do put them in. Even the $4 games, we install a brand new save battery in there for you, so don't have to worry about your games not saving. We have tested all of these. We've cleaned all of them so that you are in good shape.
Ooh, Mega Man X.
Mega Man
Must
X. And
have.
again, that one's got a little bit of a rip on the label, so again, if that is something you guys... If that's a thing that, you're a collector and that matters to you, just let us know. We totally understand. We're collectors too. Or at least I am. You're not.
Donkey Kong Country, Diddy's Kong Quest. Guys, I'm about to blow your mind. Did you know that Kong Quest can also be read Conquest?
Wow.
I did not know that until
Incredible.
at least 2 decades, maybe 5 decades after the game came out. Now this one stands out. Very uncommon game, Relief Pitcher. For the SNES. Most sports games are very cheap. Look at this, $3. This one, $23. Very hard to find. Oh, here's one I totally love. Romance of the Three Kingdoms. These games are all about strategy and kind of resource management. You build up your kingdom, you attack others. It's a whole lot of fun. Obviously, got to point out Super Mario All-Stars, Kart, and World, the trifecta of great Super Mario games.
Absolutely. We've got Star Fox down there as well.
Just Street Fighter, excuse me, not Super Street Fighter. Street Fighter 2, the classic. Prince of Persia, Power Rangers Battle what was this? What? Is he on a motorcycle? I guess that was the year, wasn't it? Power Rangers Battle Racers. Another strategy game, Pacific Theater of Operation. This series, believe it or not, is still going. You may have not ever heard of it. Still going on.
It's got its niche.
And here's our last row of Super Nintendo games, guys.
This one's a pretty uncommon one. Time Slip. You don't want to slip up on getting this deal, because you might not find that one again for a while.
We got Toys and its sequel, Toy Story.
Wizardry. That's also another one you don't see super often.
Ooh,
The Wizard
Wolverine.
of Oz. Yeah, we've got a couple kind of uncommon ones here. I think if you're looking after some of the weirder Super Nintendo games, some of the less common ones, make sure and just message DSKoopa checkout whenever you guys see something you want. Don't forget, we also do have controllers and cords and that sort of thing if you need them.
Up here, just a couple box games. The box games tend to go very quickly in our stores, so we also have controllers. The SNES mouse. So this is great to pair with like Mario and Wario or Mario Paint. Also, this company Hyperkin made a laser mouse. And now usually I don't go for the third-party stuff myself, but this thing is like the one third-party item that works better than the original.
Way better.
It's way better. So right over here, guys, let's start up here. Air management. Play as an air traffic controller. That sounds very difficult.
So let me tell you guys a little bit about the Super Famicom as we're going through this. So if you already have a Super Nintendo at home, you will actually pretty easily be able to play these these games yourself. There's actually a couple little tabs inside of your Super Nintendo. Just if you kind of act like you're putting a cartridge in and you just peer in there, you'll see two little plastic tabs sticking out. All you gotta do is take a pair of pliers and rip them straight out, and then you can play any one of these games easily on your Super Nintendo. And again, guys, if there's anything you see here and you're not quite sure of the title, just do your best to describe it to DSKoopa Checkout. They should be able to help you out, especially if you can say, you know, there's kind of towards the left, this is what the cover looked like, here's how much it cost. We'll be able to get it for you. We get it. We know that not everyone can read Japanese, and that is totally fine.
Sure, everyone can read this, though. NBA Bulls vs. Suns, mostly in English, apparently. No surprise there.
Occasionally, that is the case.
Ooh, is that a Gundam game? We did not get enough Gundam games here in America. This one is called Kido Butoden G Gundam. I know somebody's gonna want that one. Down here, a Japanese copy of Mario Paint. Probably unsurprising, there's not a lot different than the US version. Totally playable. Like Kelsey said before, just region unlock your system. It's actually a service we provide here for free.
You guys might see we've got Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG, Super Mario World over there. Super Mario RPG might be kind of hard, but Mario World and Mario Kart, there's really not hardly any text in there at all. You should be able to get through those easily. This one, Super VG. You know anything about that one, Cody? I guess not.
Which one?
Super VG.
I do not know anything about Super VG, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Can't know them all, right? There's another Yoshi's Island if you want to save $15 and get the Japanese version instead. And a Yu Yu Hakusho game at the bottom there. Alright, that's pretty much it for our Super Famicom section. Again, we do have some controllers. We've got some Super Famicom controllers. We've got the mice. We've got cords. If you guys need any of that stuff, just let us know. And now it's time for our next deal, isn't it, Cody?
That's right, it's deal number
Alright,
two.
deal number two.
Kelsey, if you could please prepare deal number 2.
Alright.
This is a good one. I know you guys are going to love this. Again, though, before we continue, I'd like to remind everybody, excuse me, if you want to place an order with us this evening, here's your chance to do it. All you have to do is message DSKoopa Checkout, who you should see talking in the chat occasionally. Just go ahead and click on that name, click Whisper, and type, hey, I want that thing Cody just showed. And that's how you get started.
Yeah,
Easy as that.
anything we show off is pretty much fair game. Now, there are going to be a couple sections we don't hit, but it's almost everything in the store. So if you see anything, go ahead and just message them anything you want. It is first come, first served, so please do it as fast as you can as soon as you see it on screen, because for some of these things, we may or may not have more than one copy. But anyways, Cody, what is our other deal tonight?
Deal number 2 is our famous deal number 2. It is $4 adorable Japanese keychains, gachapons, and more.
And we have a ton of this. Cody, why don't you zoom in on this right here?
Yes, ma'am.
Take a
right
closer
here.
look. This is just a small selection of some of the awesome things we have here. Now, most of these typically go for either $5, $6, or $7, so it's a pretty big amount of savings, almost 50% in some cases. Again, we get all of these keychains imported from Japan. They're all really high quality, really nice, and really unique. They make really excellent gifts.
Amazing. All right, we will continue on with our tour of the store by showing you even more. It's not just the ones you see here. We're going to go through our sections and show you all of our amazing $4 keychains. And that's a deal for only tonight.
All right, Cody, let's start over here. Up at the very top here, we've got a bunch of extremely cute little Japanese parfaits here. This is something that they do a lot in Japan. It's this Decora type thing where it's just a bunch of really cute fruits and stars and cute things all piled together. Looks like delicious food.
So you get like diamonds and hearts and a bow tie on or a bow on your parfait. It's adorable. Another cool thing they do in Japan a lot are crossovers. So here we've got some Splatoon keychains. This is kind of an old series, so this is all we have left. But here we have Sanrio crossed with Splatoon. Pretty cute. There's Hello Kitty. I don't know all the characters' names. There's the puppy.
This is my Melody.
There you go.
And I forget some of the other ones. That's Karopi.
There. And also, kind of an older series of keychains we have here, but these are super cool. Tapioca with actual boba in them and liquid.
Unfortunately, these are the literal only 3 we have left, so...
They've been very popular.
Yeah.
Down here, we have some ramen, and these actually can be lifted here to expose ramen on the inside of these keychains.
That. I love
Isn't that
these
amazing?
so much.
So
They're
cute.
so detailed.
And if you don't want to rip yours open, you can always go with the one that's spilt. Very cute, unique keychain.
We've got some more cute little Decora things. This one's kind of an Alice in Wonderland theme right here. This little, the little rabbit.
The white rabbit. We got the Cheshire Cat, some cards. Yeah. It's just the most odd things. Japan will find the best way to make it adorable.
And again, if you guys want any of this stuff, make sure you're being pretty descriptive because, when it comes to especially all these really cute Decora things, there's a whole lot of kind of similar looking cute foods, so be as specific as you can. We want to make sure we get you what
We're
you
here
want.
to help. Don't be afraid to message. Here, we have very destructive birds. I personally have a bird at home and have experienced this as well. Those birds will rip those keys right off your keyboard or destroy your notes. Also, some birds in, like, soap dishes? What is going on here, Kelsey?
They're just being cute boys. Here's a bird on a toothbrush.
Adorable. Oh, and some bird and curry? And cake?
Why not?
What do you order?
Why not?
All right. Speaking of what do you order, look at these. These are even more Decora-style odd keychains. We got some pandas and different treats.
Look at these, though. They are so cute. These have been really popular.
It's like a flanda.
These have been really good gifts. A lot of people have been picking these up for their friends, just as little souvenirs. I think these are really, really cute, especially if you have someone who's got like a bird. Get a little parakeet here made out of, I don't know, icing and cake. It's hard to tell exactly what they are.
And love.
And love. With little bow ties.
Adorable.
And kiwis.
All right, I'm sick of this girly stuff. I want to see something for a guy like me. I'm going to show you some Splatoon weapons.
All right.
As a guy, I love weapons. They're the best. And here we are with some cool Splatoon weapons. We got the
favorite
roller.
weapon the paint roller? Because that is
It is.
not much of a weapon there.
The splatter shot. We got one pink splatling gun?
Splatling gun.
I'm just guessing. That's probably right. Here we have the Leighton Catriel series, the newest Leighton game. Here we have...
It's all from that Leighton game.
Yeah.
The
We have
dog
every
and
single
everything.
character. Great. Good.
Except for actual Professor Layton.
Oh, yeah. And then just a couple Sailor Moon wands left.
The last two.
All right, here we get into confusing territory, but I love it. We got a ton of Dragon Ball keychains.
Yeah,
So
definitely be descriptive with these. Not all of us are Dragon Ball experts, unfortunately. So
I know everything about Dragon Ball.
No, you don't. You've been wrong a couple times. So go ahead and, when you want something... You might want to clarify, say, okay, I want that Goku, but, it's the one with the pink hair wearing the orange, but you want to be a little more descriptive,
Please,
right?
that's Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Please
Okay.
stop talking. I'm just kidding. Right here we have super sharp hair on these guys. I don't know if I would personally want to put this on my keychain. My gosh, that's going to stab your hand. Part of the Ginyu Force here. On the newer ones, they made them softer so the hair is flexible. There's Raccoon, probably the coolest member of the Ginyu Force. He's a jokester like me. Frieza, Zamatsu. Everyone's favorite Vegeta over here. And we have even very obscure characters you might not learn about for a little while. Like, this is Timebreaker Bardock. So he's from the Dragon Ball Heroes series, which was a series that until recently never came to America. There you go.
Whole lot of pretty cool ones here.
Looks like we got one birder left. He's smacking 18 right in the head.
Below that, we got even more cute Decora stuff. You see why I need you to explain it and describe it thoroughly, because we have a whole lot of it. It's all really cute. Again, guys, this is all only $4 tonight.
That's a special deal for the night. Usually these items, like these Decora cakes, look like they go for about $6. Yeah, typical $5 to $7 deals, but tonight only $4 for any of these.
I really like this snow. I can't believe we're not sold out of this rainbow snow cone yet. This is one of my favorite keychains.
Very cute. Right down here, I'm not super familiar with Undertale, but
yeah, it looks
we have
like
a few Undertale
we just have
Toriel
and Undyne left. And,
we got one Fritz.
Yeah, one.
This has been a very popular one. You know, Sun's like sold out like instantly.
Below that, we've got a bunch of really awesome Pokemon keychains. These are super cute. Again, all this comes straight from Japan. These are all only $4 tonight. We've got Pikachu, we've got Eevee, we've got Beware. We have, I don't know that one's name.
This is an Ultra Beast from the newer game, but I don't know his name either.
We got Pichu. I forget Litten's evolution's name. And Zeraora.
Down here we got these super cool Kirby clips. Use them for your hair. I personally put them on a lanyard when I'm at conventions.
Yeah.
They snap on just like that, and they don't get lost or anything, and they add a lot of cute flair to it.
And below that we have some Eevee Evolution keychains left. Unfortunately, these have been super popular, so not every Eevee Evolution remains. We've got the main three. We've got Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. We've got a few Glaceon and Leafeons left. And I think that might be it, unfortunately. No Espeon, no Umbreon, no Sylveon. Down
if you're trying for them, though, do ask, and we'll do our best to find them for you. Yeah, down here we have the Alolan kind of rubber keychain style. These are great because they're super durable, you know, waterproof, obviously, so they're not going to get all messed up or anything and broken.
And only $4
Only $4. And this guy looks ridiculous. I love it.
He's great. Okay, I'm obsessed with these. These are ridiculous.
What do I call these?
They're Pomeranians and cupcakes. They're punk cakes.
Oh, of course.
Obviously, duh. Look at how cute they are.
Look
at their little faces.
Oh my gosh. Is that a crown on there?
Yes.
Adorable.
Because they're perfect. Alright, moving on. There's still a lot of keychains to see, guys. We'll try to speed through them a little bit quicker so we don't bore you too much. Up here, this is kind of a Zodiac animal series here. Again, these are only $4 tonight. We do have all of the Chinese Zodiac animals. So we've got the cow up here, the monkey, dragon, tiger, ram, boar, rabbit. This is a snake. Kind of looks like a snowman. They tried to make them, like, you know, really round, but how do you make a snake round? I guess like this. We got the dog, we got the rat, we got the chicken or rooster, and then we've got the horse down there as well. All those cute little Chinese Zodiac animals. I think they look really great. Again, all these come straight from Japan. Really nice. We have a ton of unicorns. It's another one where you're going to want to be pretty specific because there's a lot of different colors of unicorn here. And sometimes the differences are kind of subtle, so you'll definitely want to describe it closely if there's a specific unicorn you're after here. Lots of really colorful, cute ones. Again, these make really good gifts.
And here we have a whole line of, well, starting with the panda. Ignore the panda. Well, I'm sure you all want the panda, but
I want a
ignoring the panda, we have a full line of forest animals.
That's a polar bear. This is not a full line.
All right,
forest.
well, there's a bunch of forest
there
animals,
are forest
I promise.
animals
Look,
in there.
what,
And zoo
what is
animals.
this
They're
animal?
mixed in. Chipmunk.
Chipmunk, yes. Chipmunk, hedgehog, bunny, bear. These are forest animals.
We got a fox. An anteater, my favorite forest animal. A lion, my favorite forest animal.
Look, Twitter. We got Twitter. Who would want to be in a forest without their phone?
There's an otter. There's a really cute pink deer. I don't know why the deer is pink, but he's
My
really
other
cute.
the forest camels.
Forest camels, forest wombats. Actually, are wombats forest camels? I don't think they are.
And here we have kind of like a dream theme. So we have like some kind of like dreamy, weird looking pandas.
You could
They're
only
pretty
dream
cute.
of deals like these, you guys. These pastel animals is probably a better way to explain them. I don't know what you mean by dream.
Well, that's what it says in Japanese. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
the Dream series.
But they're just pastel animals here. So we got like a kangaroo, we got a hippo, a giraffe, koala. These are all just really cute little animals in cute pastel colors.
Adorable.
Make sure you guys are being kind of specific when you ask for these, because there are a lot of things that can be kind of similar.
Here we
But
got
again,
a
these
whole
are
lot
all
of puppies.
$4 tonight.
We all have puppies at home, don't we? Surely one of these puppies looks just like yours.
Or just like something you want. Something you'd want to pet. Like especially these cube dogs right here.
They are so adorable and they are so soft.
love
Unbelievably soft. I love
these
them.
so much.
Here we got Pomeranians in their own little tote bags.
Those are the last two left of those.
I love the flamingos. I'm kind of a bird person, excuse me. But I love the flamingos, the bluebirds, all of these. Oh my gosh, that is
Look at
that is a
owl.
rowlet. I'm calling it now. That is definitely a rowlet. Here we got these tiny little Pomeranians. Or wait, are they Pomeranians? They're like
Yeah.
pom-poms. That's
Yeah, they are Pomeranians.
Okay.
As well as some other ones down here. Now these ones I guess technically aren't on sale because they're already $4, but
They're still $4.
they're still $4. We have a bunch of aquatic animals down here, and this is our newest series, and I'm obsessed with them. Look at I can't even pronounce that animal. The
Isn't it like a sea
axolotl?
monkey?
No, that's
Oh.
No, the sea monkey's down here.
Oh, okay, there
That's
he
a
is.
sea monkey.
Oh, I love the octopus.
The octopus is great. The lobster is
We
great.
got a seal here, $5 down to $4. That's a seal of a deal.
You'll want to make sure you get your claws on this deal tonight. Some really cute turtles. The turtles
like
have been
turtles.
popular. I love that there's a sunfish in here. That's the most random animal, and it's so cute. Look at his little like pink cheeks. It's perfect.
And then lastly, for all these, we have these kind of school supply straps here. So like a pencil sharpener, scissors. It's very cute stuff. Everyone thinks this is a snail. It's tape.
It could be a snail if you want to.
Yeah, whatever you want it to be. All right, continuing on, we're going to get back to the video games, guys.
All right.
If you weren't a fan
Video
of all
game
these
time.
cute Japanese things, well, get ready for some N64 games up next. Here we are at the N64 wall. I know this is a popular one. Let's get started. These are the American 64 games. Right after, we'll check out some Japanese ones. So here we are, 1080 snowboarding. Interesting fun fact about 1080. Developed by Shigeru Miyamoto. Probably the least creative game he ever made. But still a very, very fun game. Armorines, I always loved the Army Men series. Batman Beyond, very cool. Oh my
guys,
gosh.
again, if you see anything that you want, make sure you're messaging DSKoopa checkout. If you guys are just joining us now, the mods are in the chat. They're happy to link you to the frequently asked questions so you guys can learn more about how this works. But basically, you'll just want to message DSKoopa checkout to get started as soon as you see something that you are interested in purchasing.
One of my favorites is Blast Corps.
That's a fun one.
So fun.
Call it Blast Corpse.
Oops.
Well,
Here we
pronunciation
are.
is not a core part of your knowledge, apparently.
Here we are with Donkey Kong 64, a must-have. Don't forget you do need the expansion pack for that one. Dr. Mario 64, a little more uncommon.
I love that version of Dr. Mario. That's the one I played growing up.
Mickey Speedway USA. Who needs Mario Kart when you got Mickey Mouse? NFL Quarterback Club 2001. It's exciting because it's in a red cartridge.
Yeah,
Let's
it's a
be
red
real.
cartridge.
It's a
That's
red
exciting.
cartridge. You gotta
Yeah.
have that. Pilot Wings. Fun fact about Pilot Wings, did you know every Pilot Wings release has been a launch title on every console it's come out on?
That is a true fact right there.
Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium, featuring some of the most fun mini-games you'll ever find in a video game.
Oh, I love Pokemon Stadium mini-games. Those are a whole lot of fun.
Ooh, Rush Extreme Racing. Very
you want to
good.
rush and get on that deal, because we only have one of them.
You'll want an Episode 1 racer on this deal, because it's a good video game.
I'd say Cody's not exactly a pro with the puns here.
Toy Story 2, this one's totally fun. It's a lot like, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie. Like, you got your levels, you got your objectives in them, collect-a-thon. It's a great game. We got Turok 1, 2, and 1.5 Rage Wars. Rage Wars had more of a focus on the multiplayer aspect of Turok, and I think it did it pretty great. It doesn't get enough credit. You know, GoldenEye gets all the credit. I say give Rage Wars a shot. It has very creative, cool weapons. Wipeout 64, that's a great one, too. Xena Warrior Princess is a hilarious 4-player battle game. Terrible, but very funny. Definitely worth the $7 for a fun night with friends. And if you're looking for extra controllers for one of those fun nights, we've got them. High quality, first-party controllers with super tight sticks, all tested and working, of course. And if you don't really want like the original, you don't really care all that much, we have even cheaper ones here, brand new for $15.
And make sure you guys are being specific when you know, which controller you want. If you don't care, of course you don't care, but if you want a green one, make sure you specify a green one. That way we can get you the right color, something that you guys
We also have any accessories you could possibly need. Extension cables, AV, power, memory cards, Game Shark, whatever, we got it.
And you might notice there's that new battery sticker one more time on the memory card.
Did you know
there.
they use batteries?
That is the worst design ever for a memory card. A memory card that can stop saving things. That's terrible. But we replace
you work
them.
with what you got, I guess, back in the day. But yep, you don't have to worry about it from us. All right, here we are into the Japanese 64 games. So I do want to mention with these are playable on your 64 with the small modification. Again, it's a service we offer here for free, and I've actually done it live on the stream quite a few times. We also have a video available on our webpage or our YouTube page if you're interested. Go ahead and check that out. But yeah, here we are with the Japanese 64 games. It's a fun and easy way to add like something unique to your collection or just get one of those games for cheaper. Like all of these games are going to be cheaper than their American counterparts, like Mario Golf 64, Mario Party. Mario Party is such a hard game to find nowadays in English.
That's
my gosh,
right.
it's just
and
so popular.
There's also just so many bootlegs floating around
Ugh.
with some of these more expensive games,
disgusting.
especially if you're looking on eBay and stuff. It's a whole mess. We make sure everything here is authentic. We would never sell you anything not legit here.
Last Legion UX, there is a Japan exclusive Nintendo 64 game, Ogre Battle 64. Good luck playing it, but quite a bit cheaper than the American
Maybe not the
counterpart.
best one to recommend.
But Pokemon Snap, quite easy. If you played it once, you played it 100 times, give this one a shot. Here is the unreleased Pokemon Stadium 1 that never came to America.
So it's basically just a crappier version of our Pokemon Stadium one. It doesn't have as many Pokemon in it. So if you want the same one that we got, you're actually looking at what they call Pokemon Stadium 2, and then our Pokemon Stadium 2 is their Pokemon Stadium Kinjin, or Gold and Silver.
Here we got a Puyo Puyo Party game, or Puyo Puyo 4. Another Japan exclusive. And on to our last row here. We have Fire Pro, Japan Wrestling, Star Fox 64. Star Fox has a very cool voice, I gotta say, in Japanese. He sounds,
right?
Yeah, he sounds like a hero, and the other one he kind of sounds like a cocky pilot, right? And this one he sounds very cool. Down here, Yoshi's Story for only $10, and Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time speedrun style. Play it in Japanese.
Only $15 for the Japanese version.
Exactly. Moving on here, it's everybody's favorite section, the Game Gear section.
Is that everyone's favorite
I'm just going to run through this one real quick because there aren't enough Game Gear fans out in the wild out there, but we've got quite a few games, some pretty interesting ones as well, excuse me. Power Rangers the movie, I personally remember playing this one quite a bit.
And you might notice we do have a couple of boxed Game Gear games. That's not something we see super often. Again, I'm not totally sure if anything out here is going to be complete, so if that is something that matters to you, if you're a collector, you want to make sure it has a manual, make sure you just specify that. You know, let us know, hey, I only want this if it has the manual. No problem.
All right, Kels, why don't we check out some Master System and Sega Genesis
Sure,
games?
yeah, let's jump over to that.
Got a few Master System games here. Lord of the Sword, kind of a more uncommon one. Outrun is a total classic.
Absolutely.
Gotta play. Fantasy Zone 2. That's
a great game.
Yeah, great.
That's an absolutely great game. I know that not that many people are Master System people, but for those of you that are, some good games here.
Over
All right,
here, we
moving
got
on
our
to the-
Genesis loose cartridge section. We will check out some box Genesis games in just a moment. But right down here, Animaniacs, one I grew up with and totally loved. You switch between the 3 characters. They all have different abilities to help you get through the levels. Very difficult. Aladdin, or Disney's Aladdin as it's also known, was completely different than the Super Nintendo version and a total blast. Both versions are great. Echo, a bizarre game about a dolphin that travels through time and dimensions and fights aliens.
It's a
Not
real pretty.
joking.
It's a real pretty game,
crazy.
though. And again, if there's anything you see here, you know, for some of these items we may have more than one. So if you're a little pickier about the label, we're happy to accommodate. Just let us know if you're gonna, if you know, having a really, really perfect label is something that's important to you or not.
Pac-Man: The New Adventures. So Pac-Man 2, they went in a very odd route for Pac-Man
Yeah,
2.
this
It is
is
a
a-
point-and-click adventure. Absolutely bonkers.
That was
What
a
were you
weird
going to
one.
point out?
I
there,
was going to
Kelsey?
point out something here. This is a $1 sports Genesis game that we have replaced the battery in. That basically loses us money. I don't know why you do it, Cody, but we do it.
We do it just for you. Anyone want to play PGA 2? We got your back. $1 new save battery. And here's the odd thing you'll notice. Some of them use save batteries. Some of them did not. Isn't it odd? That is not a mistake. something
does happen
something I
sometimes.
found while going through the cartridges.
And of course, we've got Sonic 2 Classic, something you have to have if you've got a Genesis, of course.
Or what you really have to have is a copy of Sonic and Knuckles and also Sonic the Hedgehog 3. That is a combo made in heaven, I tell you what. Only rivaled by Sonic Mania. A great, great title. Puppy approved. Streets of Rage 2. That's a great one. Starflight.
Oh yeah, Starflight. Sorry, I thought it was Starlight. I don't know anything.
That makes no sense. TNN Outdoor Bass Tournament 96. This is Kelsey's favorite game, she told me before the stream.
Is that right?
So please don't buy this one because we only have 2 copies left and Kelsey would be very sad. Toy Story on the Genesis, another one I grew up with. All those Disney games back then are great. You know, a lot of them were made by Capcom. Not this one, but this one and the Aladdin game, Lion King, Jungle Book. They're all great titles back on the Genesis and Super Nintendo.
And we will quickly go through the Sega Saturn. This is the Japanese Sega Saturn. We unfortunately don't have any US Saturn to sell you guys tonight. We basically don't have any, like, at all. So
But keep in mind that the Saturn is region locked, and it's pretty interesting. You know, the Japanese Saturn has just this untouched library of amazing games that, you know, we haven't really experienced. It's, you know, because they're really hard to play. There's a lot of really text-heavy ones, but there's some really good ones out there as well. I encourage anyone to, like, research out there, get into the Japanese Saturn, because what is there? I can't remember. There's like 1,600 games, I
there's
think.
a lot. There's
It's
an
insane.
Evangelion something. I won't
Yep,
necessarily call
digital
them all.
card library.
Yeah, I
so
was
this
gonna
one
say
is
they're not
like
always
looking
games.
at photos
Yeah.
of characters. It's very odd.
Sometimes there are some things on the Saturn that are better described as like programs than actual games. That definitely does happen.
Sakura Taisen,
Sentimental Graffiti.
Virtua
We got
Fighter,
Shining Force
Shining Force 3, Shining Wisdom,
and some Shining Deals.
Strikers 1945, extremely playable shoot 'em up on the Sega Saturn. Don't need to know a lick of Japanese and you can get through that one. Alright folks, real quick, I'm going to go hit up the Box Genesis section as promised. Here we are. I'm just going to go through them real quick. If manuals are a must for you, just leave that note in the comments to DSKoopa. Check out that account, and we'll make sure we have the manual for you. If not, we'll let you know. No hard feelings if you want to back out. I don't mind whatsoever. Sonic 3 and Sonic the Hedgehog. Awesome deals. Toy Story. And here we even have some 32X games. NFL Quarterback Club. Doom. Doom on the 32X. If I remember right, despite the 32X having great sound capabilities, that is the worst sounding Doom of all time.
It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
I encourage you to look it up.
Experience it for yourself. For all of you guys who are just joining us, I'll give you guys a brief kind of refresh on what we're doing as we start walking over to the PlayStation 1 section.
Alright, right this way.
So we're going to be showing off all these sections one at a time. If you guys see anything you want, just message DSKoopa checkout. We won't be able to accommodate anything that you don't see, unfortunately. It's just going to be the stuff that we show off tonight. So make sure you're messaging DSKoopa checkout to get started, and they will be getting back to you. We'll build a cart for you. We will invoice you at the end. It's going to be a great time. We appreciate you guys all being here.
Blazing Dragons is a game I grew up with. It is a point-and-click adventure, and the Cheech Marin and Blazing Dragons references were completely lost on me at such a young age, and I still enjoyed it quite a bit.
Here is an absolute gem right here. Bratz.
Dress up, get down, and be a Bratz superstar.
That's amazing. I actually didn't realize that Bratz and PlayStation 1 were like the same era.
Yeah, I feel like my timing is all out of whack. I had no idea. We got Classy Bratz, also known as Barbie Explorer.
Classy Bratz.
We got DBZ, which is not Dragon Ball Z, it's Dead Ball Zone.
That's not confusing at all.
And here's something you'll really like. We got Crash Bandicoot 2 and Warped. Warped in the original box as well. A couple Final Fantasy titles here, 7, 9. We do have 8 as well, but it's just the loose disc. Anthology and Origins.
You guys might notice that we do have, we'll put the games out whether they are loose or in the box. You'll see two different prices, so the box obviously is going to cost more than the loose disc. So make sure you're specifying, especially if we have both out. That way we can get you the right one, because sometimes you can save quite a bit of money if you don't care if it's got the original case or not.
For example, Metal Gear Solid, only $10. And don't worry, folks, there are both discs there.
Yes, and we do make sure these guys work as well. We resurface them and everything if they need it. They're all in good shape. We won't sell you anything scratched or anything like that.
We have a top-of-the-line resurfacer, and it works absolutely amazing. Unbelievable, really. The first time I saw it, I couldn't help but just laugh. I'm like, I can't believe this exists.
And we also have, you guys might notice, we do have cords and stuff up here, too, including extension cords, which can be useful sometimes for some of these older systems. Memory cards, power cords, video cords. If you guys need any of that stuff,
you could need.
We've got it.
Spyro, Ripto's Rage. There's a good one. Rayman, oh, I love that. And is that Road Trip? Oh, nice.
And Road Rash.
Road Trip is a lot like Twisted Metal, but we just throw in different characters.
Ah, nice. Saga Frontier 2, that's a pretty good one right there.
And very rude of Saga Frontier to be hiding an even better game behind it. Shrek Treasure Hunt.
Shrek, what are you doing back there? Space Jam.
Oh my...
Loose disc
what?
Space Jam.
Oh, I played that on... Oh. Okay. I call Space Jam. I call Space Jam. Here we are with PlayStation Japanese games. These are also region locked. They're not going to work on your American console, but you people out there, you know who you are. People who want to play these Japanese games, message us and let us know.
Yeah, if you guys can't pick out the title on some of these, just do your best to describe it. We'll be happy to help you out. We understand if you don't speak Japanese, you can't read it super quickly as we're going through the walls here. Some cool ones here. Here's Street Fighter EX
Ooh.
Plus Alpha. This is Kelsey did show Angel Eyes.
There, you got
That's
it.
cool. Hold on. Just
Ooh, what's this?
swipe that.
Oh, I
What's
remember.
that one?
Yakitori Masume. For some reason, that one's really familiar to me. I have no idea why. All right, so are we going on to our third and final? No, not even close to final deal.
Cody's
We have our
crazy.
third deal of the evening, folks. Follow me right this way to the front of the store. Are you excited, Kelsey?
I'm
I'm excited about this deal. I think people are going to love it.
All right.
All right,
Wow.
folks. We have a spiral tower of Yoshi's Craft... Kelsey. A spiral tower of Yoshi's Crafted World. The new, hottest first-party Nintendo game for the Nintendo Switch. Only $50 tonight.
$50. That is a
Can you
$10
believe it?
savings from a game that just came out. We're doing this for you guys tonight, so only $50 for the newest Yoshi's Crafted World game. Cody, this game looks so cute. It makes me want to make all of these things. I want to craft now.
We should hit up Arby's and see if they can make all of these for us. But yeah, this game is the hottest new game now. I've seen people playing it on Twitch all the time. It looks like a total blast. I hope I can get around to it eventually. And now, it's only $50. Now's the time to get it.
All right.
As you can see here, we have plenty of copies available. If you are local to us as well, don't worry. Just go ahead and message DSKoopa checkout and you can come right into the store and pick it up. No worries at all. Amazing deal. Kelsey, have you played
Amazing
Yoshi's
deals.
Crafted World at
I
all?
have
Or seen
not
anybody
yet.
play it?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not sure what you were expecting there, but it's a
I'm not
really
sure
cute
either.
looking game.
yes, it's adorable. It plays like a classic Yoshi game. It uses a lot of like the two dimensions. It reminds me of or like two layers of depth in the game. It reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, which also did a little bit of that. It's pretty cool.
So again, $50 for these tonight. All you have to do is message DSKoopa checkout if you would like a copy. You know, that can be added to the other stuff that you're getting. It's not going to be a separate order or anything like that. So you guys just let us know if any of this looks good to you. We are happy to accommodate.
Okay, Kelsey, are you ready for our next section?
I don't know, am I?
I think you should be.
All
This
right.
is going to be a big one, folks. This is part, not all, but part of our rare case.
Oh, boy.
Very rare, pretty expensive games, so get ready, brace yourself. Let's check them out.
Alright guys, so every TSM recently, we've started opening up just a little bit of our rare case. Unfortunately, we can't sell literally everything, but we do have a portion for you guys, so if there's anything you guys want out of this side of the rare case, you guys just let us know.
Grab the keys for me, Kelsey. Thank you. All right, folks, here it is. We have sectioned off 1/4 of our rare case just for you to provide some awesome deals tonight. Here we are. If you have any questions about these, I know things get a little weird with the more rare games. Feel free to ask. Let's start by showing off this oddball. It's a big PlayStation Vita game. Like, what is that? There's a lot of like very collectible kind of anime-style Vita games that come in big cases. But what is in this one? This is a copy of Plastic Memories for the Vita, which is... Have you ever played this one, Kels? I know you to be a huge Vita fan.
I have not. I don't think this one ever came out in the States.
That's right. This is a Japanese game. It will play in Japanese, and it looks like...
What a cute cover, though.
And it comes with this cute
back.
little figure to go with
That
it.
is a cute little figure.
I don't
There's
know if this is the
also-
collector's edition.
There's some
or just
DLC in here. I can't... Oh, I probably shouldn't show that.
Don't show that.
Alright, well the DLC
No,
might have
the
been used
DLC
at this point.
may be used already. Also, another Japanese Vita game here. We have Fate Extella Link, complete with the manual, or it should be called the starting manual. Excuse me. Over here, a super awesome game. You guys may have heard of Magical Knight Cotton. This is the, I think this might be the very first one for the Japanese PlayStation.
There's one on the Super Famicom, so that's probably the first one.
Probably the second thing.
There's probably also
Cotton,
one on the MSX
super
but-
insane shoot 'em up game. Really great title for the
A
Japanese
cute 'em up,
PlayStation.
if you will. Also, I don't know anything about this one, but you know, anytime there's a kind of pricey Japanese PS1 game, that's pretty surprising. There's not a whole lot of them. Korokoro Post Nin.
Oh my goodness, that was such a difficult one to find information about.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you play as like a little male girl, and I
Cute.
couldn't even hardly tell what you do in the
Cute.
game. They looked amazing, though. Here we are with Legend of Legaia, or not Japanese, plain old American PlayStation game. Inbox with the manual. It's odd they did this sometimes. I think they did this for the thicker manuals, but you'll notice it kind of looks like it should have 2 discs, but that's not the case. This is a 1-disc game. It just has an extra thick manual to go along with it.
Now here's one I think a couple people have been asking about. This is a Japanese GameCube controller. Now what makes this one different is this actually has a way longer cord on this one. This white color did not come out in the States. There is a Super Smash Brothers white one, but there is not, you know, for like the Wii U and Switch, but there's not this original for the GameCube controller here with this extra long cable. That is a Japan exclusive.
Over here we got Motocross Racer for the Atari 2600. It's not every day that you see a more expensive Atari game, is it, Kels? Unless, of course, you're here in Pink Gorilla, where you'll also find Quad Run for the Atari 2600. $130 Atari 2600 game.
I cannot
when this came
remember.
into the store, it blew my mind. I was like, I've never even seen this before. And look at the label on that. It is as good as it gets, folks.
I can't
cannot
remember the last
believe it.
time we had an Atari game worth
With
more than $100.
The manual as well. Amazing. Kelsey, what do we got up next? Here we have Power Instinct for the Japanese. This is a PlayStation 2 game.
And that is going to be region locked once again. We do have another Strikers 1945 Japanese Saturn game, although this is the second one. A little bit more rare, a little bit more expensive. But if you're into Japanese shooters, that might be your thing.
Here's one I think you played, Kelsey. Why don't you introduce this one?
Oh yeah, Trails of Cold Steel, Legend of Heroes is a fantastic game. If you guys like Persona, the Persona games, you'll probably like this game. It's kind of, I would call it almost a mix of like, it's more Tales game in tone, but Persona in gameplay, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit, it's not quite as dark as like Persona 3 and that sort of thing, but it definitely does deal with like war and high school.
Hey, Paul, could you come here and explain this game real quick? Paul just traded this game into us today.
Oh yeah, so this game is Cyvarier. So this one's getting a English release at some point. It was supposed to come out last year, but it still hasn't come out yet. So if you want to play it right now, this is the only way to play it. The cool thing about this game is that it has a bullet scratching mechanic. So what you want to do is get really close to all the bullets, and then you just move left and right really quickly, and you scratch the bullets, and then that's how you get your power up. So like really fun, really hectic. If you're interested in weird, quirky Japanese shooters, this is a good one.
If you've got the itch, this will scratch it.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Thanks,
Thank you, Paul. So right here, a classic you gotta have, Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And I just noticed this label is a little bit not pretty. I'll get you one if you do want this with a perfect, beautiful label. I have another one available.
We only have 2 copies.
Well, they'll get the nicer one.
Okay.
I promise.
Yeah.
So right over here we got Thunder Force 3, a Japanese Sega Genesis, also known as the Mega Drive edition. And unfortunately this one is missing the manual, which is a shame, but it's a fun shoot 'em up either way.
This is New Zealand story. This one does have the manual also for the Mega Drive.
32X game just came in recently, Tempo, and it is in the cardboard box as opposed to the hard case like our like this one here.
I
What is
didn't
that,
even realize this
WrestleMania?
came in a hard box.
And this
Sorry.
is in perfect condition despite it being in the more fragile case.
So a uncommon or rare WrestleMania game on the 32X.
Here we have, what in the world is this, Kelsey? Asterisk Festa. Asterisk Fiesta Hoka Kenran Limited Edition. I'm sorry, guys.
Wow.
I'm not super familiar with
Wow.
this game. Here we have, what comes with this game here? We have a sealed soundtrack. Asterisk Festa. What else do we have? We have maybe stickers or just like a cool image. I'm not sure.
Cute.
Very cute. Let's try to be fragile with this. And you have the actual game itself, which of course includes the little instructions. So there you are.
Here's
Cool
another
deal.
Japanese game here. This is another shoot 'em up right here. This is called Triggerheart Excelica. Cool little Japanese Dreamcast game. It's weird that it came in this kind of PS2 looking box, but that actually is how some of these games came, just
It
in
was
Japan.
like the much later games in the Dreamcast's life. Here we have Metal Slug Complete which includes Metal Slug 1, 2, X, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And this is a Japanese PS2 game. This will be region locked. Do make sure you have a Japanese PS2 if you want to play this one.
And notice it is factory sealed.
Another Japanese one here. We've got Bayonetta 2, which unlike our release of Bayonetta 2, which is just one case with two kind of slots for 2 discs in it, this is actually like a whole, it's a whole deal. It's got 2 different boxes in here for Bayonetta 1 and 2, which I think is really nice looking.
I highly recommend the series. Give Bayonetta 1 a shot before 2, because 2 is perfect and 1 is pretty darn good.
And the Wii U is region locked, so you will have to have a Japanese Wii U for this one.
And finally, the PlayStation copy of Okami HD Limited Edition, including the soundtrack.
And this one is factory sealed as well, so if you want to play Okami, slightly nicer than the PS2 version, it'll look a little bit better. The PS3 is region free. You can absolutely play this on your American PS3.
Alright, Kelsey, sounds good. Where should we go from here, Kels?
I'm thinking the PlayStation 2 section.
Alright, let's start.
I love the PlayStation 2. If I could only pick one console to play the rest of my life, based on the current libraries out there, definitely be the PS2. It has some super unique, awesome games, some time killer games. Like right off the bat, I'm seeing Dot Hack Infection, Mutation, and Outbreak all in a row.
Now,
you
guys,
notice it's forming a picture here. It's pretty cool.
So this is definitely a section where I do want to bring up again, if you want a manual, not all of these games are going to have manuals. Most of them do, but if you're
I'd
the
say
kind of collector,
90% have the manuals.
maybe. If you're the kind of collector that cares about that thing, make sure you let us know, or if you care about it being greatest hits or not, because sometimes we have games in backstock where, we have the Black Label one out here, but enough people want it that we might be giving you a greatest hits label, so make sure you specify if that's something that you care about. We have no problem with that.
Sounds good. So again, Dot Hack to start out very strong. Here's one that blew my mind. Never seen this game in my life. Been working in video games for 8 years. Totally crazy how the PS2 just has such an expansive library. Moving on, Beyond Good and Evil with the sequel coming out soon. Now might be a good time to give this game a shot.
Absolutely.
It's super cool and really unique. It I don't know how to describe it other than to say it reminds me of old video games.
Okay.
Like older video games that we just don't get anymore. It's so much fun. Black, awesome I almost said shoot 'em up. First person shooter for the PlayStation 2.
We've got the Crash Wrath of Cortex here. I loved this game growing up. Crazy Taxi, this is another really fun one here.
Here's a bizarre one. Document of Metal Gear Solid 2. What in the world is this? Features. See how the game was created, including sound, script development, polygon models, programming techniques, and early concept materials. Special sneak peek at some other stuff. It's very, very uncommon to find this on the PlayStation 2.
And if you guys have questions about the prices for any of these, do feel free to let us know. We may not be able to get back to you right away.
But we will get back to you. Don't you
all of our
worry.
prices are fair. If there's something that you're like, I want this, but only if it's under $10 or something like that, no problem. Absolutely happy to help you. We won't be able to accommodate every single price request, so it's definitely helpful if you guys kind of have that in mind already.
You'll also notice that we clean every single one of our boxes so that they're in just perfect shape. We don't like to have any other stickers besides our own. Our own are pretty small, easy to remove, so no worries there as well. And also, we don't put stickers directly on boxes like this. Like this is a cardboard box. You don't. This is actually in the wrong section.
It
Kelsey.
totally is.
But this is a cardboard box. You don't want to have a sticker directly on it. So what we do is put a sticker on a sticky note, which leaves behind no residue and comes off extremely easily.
Show off some of the more uncommon
Magna
ones
Carta.
here, like Magna
Ooh,
Carta.
nice.
You got Mega Man Anniversary Collection.
Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3.
2
Gotta
and
have
3
them.
right here.
Namco Museum and Namco Museum 50th anniversary. And
Here's
here we
one
have
I
a
really
sports
liked here.
fiesta here.
NBA Street. This is a fun one. This is like one of the only sports games that's more than like $2 or $3.
Yeah.
But it's only $6. It's really fun. It's a lot more fun than the others.
And hidden within the sports games here, we have Need for Speed Carbon, Most Wanted, and Underground. That generation of Need for Speed games was something else. It was just a ton of fun. Okami, oh my gosh, the game's been remade so much now. Get the original, why not?
Onimusha, Pac-Man World 2. All these are popping out at me, giving me so many memories. The Punisher. This has become a very hard to find game lately. See that? Definitely a higher priced PlayStation 2 game as opposed to the other ones.
We do have some of the Ratchet and Clank games. Those are always really popular, really fun.
Shadow of the Colossus and Shrek 2, both
perfect.
awesome titles. Sly Cooper 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh, SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1.
Oh.
Art of Fighting, Baseball Stars 2. There are so many good games on there. Metal Slug. I'm a big Metal Slug fan. Sonic Mega Collection Plus for only $8 you can get yourself. Whoa, there's a lot of Sonic games on there. Looks like 7 or 8 of them.
It's a good deal.
Kelsey, what were some of your favorite games on the PS2? I know you played that one a lot. Wait, real quick though, I have never seen this game before. Oh no, I have. This is the Amazing Allies edition, which I've never seen. Never mind. Continue, Kelsey.
I've played a lot of like RPGs and that sort of thing on this system. We've shown off some of them, like Final Fantasy X, Star Wars Battlefront. That's a fun one.
Oh yeah.
Super Bust-A-Move's a pretty fun, just little puzzle game, and that cover's great. I mean, it's really stupid, but it's also great. We go through here some more. We got the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games. Now, these are definitely classics.
You gotta have these, or else you shouldn't even own a PS2. Really, what's the point?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4, Tony Hawk Underground. Those are probably the two strongest ones here.
Absolutely.
Twisted Metal. This is another one that I really enjoyed.
Now, what is this? Twisted Metal Head-On? I thought that only came to the PSP.
I thought it did too. That's funny.
Extra Twisted Edition. Cool. Now available for the Yeah, I guess it's a port of the PSP version. Neat.
We've got Wild Arms 4. That one's pretty uncommon. Oh, this one's really funny.
Oh, yes.
This Yenya Cabalista City Skater. Just look at all these characters and stuff.
And actually, this one does not, but it came with a fingerboard that you would put on your PlayStation 2 controller.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, obviously we want these to all be as complete as possible, but we are kind of at the mercy of people who trade them in. So, completeness is important to you. Just let us know. We can let you know if it's got the manual or not.
All right, we'll quickly go through these original Xbox games here. And actually, something occurs to me, Kelsey. You know what we should do before hitting up these? We should probably show off the disc-only games. Because the disc-only games are a cheaper option than hitting up these.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, so all of our disc-only games over here, here's the distinction we do a little bit different than like you might see at a GameStop or something like that, is our disc-only games are priced lower because they don't include the box or manual. But we have a very special deal for you guys tonight.
Yes, so before I tell you guys what the deal is, some of you guys already know, please make sure when you're talking to DSKoopa checkout that you specify whether you want the boxed or the disc version. Please go ahead and just say, disc, this game, boxed, this game. That'll help us out a lot. So Cody, what is our deal tonight for this?
Our deal is an incredible half off on all of these disc-only games you see here tonight.
Now that is PS2 to Xbox 360 over here. Everything just on this wall does not apply to any sections you've seen earlier. Doesn't apply to the PS1, unfortunately. It's just
so
gonna
that
be all
means
this.
Burnout Revenge for only $2.50, and Television Lives, probably 1,000 in television games on there, $2.50.
Legacy of Kain, only $4.
That
These
is
are some
crazy.
really, really
Destroy
good
All
deals.
Humans 2, great series,
I love
$3.
that game.
$3. Dirge of Cerberus, the oddball Final Fantasy VII title. Find out what it's all about for $2.50.
This is where you can steal the absolute best deals of the night tonight, guys. These are going to be ridiculously cheap. They're already much cheaper than they are for the boxed versions. Now they're even cheaper, 50% off tonight only. Guys, let DSKoopa checkout know if you see anything you want. Please be sure to specify that it is the disc-only version of these games. That way we get you the right one.
Star Wars Battlefront. Typically $10 if you get it in box. Now, for you, right now, $4.
$4
That's nothing.
only. There's Red Dead Revolver. The not really prequel to Red Dead Redemption.
Relative to Red Dead Redemption.
It's they're related.
Here we have Red Faction 2. Something I loved about speaking of $2 for each of those. Something I loved about the game was the destructible environments, which wasn't really something that existed as much around that time. Oh, here we are, R-Type Final for only $5.
That is the steal of the century.
Ooh,
Also, look at that,
Warriors. Nice.
That's
$9.
a great and uncommon game. Only $9 tonight.
Jeez. All right, here's some PS3 games here, guys. I personally love Army of Two, Devil's Cartel, any of the Army of Two games. They are a great couch co-op experience, and you just don't get those anymore.
Little
Only
Big
$3.
Planet.
You and a friend pitch in $1.50 each. You can get that game right now.
Little Big Planet, also a great couch co-op game. A little bit less on the shooty, more on the platforming. For only $2.50 tonight.
With the new Devil May Cry game that just came out, it was a total blast. I loved it. Try the older, kind of again oddball one, but it still has a fan base. Give it a shot. Only $2.50.
That's worth it.
Absolutely.
That's worth it.
Oh my gosh, Fallout New Vegas, $2.50.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Super awesome game.
GTA 5, only $4 for GTA 5 tonight.
All right, here we are with some Wii games. Hunt Some Deer for only $1.
These are all going to be 50% off.
Lego Batman 2 Superheroes. This has got to be my favorite in the Lego series. $3 tonight. Super fun games. SSX Blur for $2. Star Wars Force Unleashed. Use motion controls to fight. Wii Sports is a classic everybody should have for $2.50. Wii Sports Resort, even more games. I think they had seven games in that one for $4. Here we have a couple Wii U games.
That's surprising. We don't usually have a lot of disc-only Wii U stuff here, so even just a couple here. Pikmin 3 for only $7.50 is a ridiculous deal.
All right, on to the original Xbox games. 50-cent Bulletproof, $2. Whew.
There's some great
That's
ones
like
here.
50 cents. Or 4, sorry. Stupid.
Cody can't do math. Bloodwake for only $1. That's a really fun game. Same with, oh my gosh, Counter-Strike, Crimson Skies. These are all total classics. A literal $1 a piece.
Oh, geez, that's a gross cover.
It sure is a gross cover. Oh my gosh, look at this. Digimon Rumble Arena 2. This is a pretty uncommon Xbox game. You get 50% off of that tonight. That is a crazy deal.
$12.50. Also, for $3, you can get Sega GT 2002, which might not get you too excited, but also Jet Set Radio Future on the disc. $3.
Silent Hill 4 for only $5.50. Tecmo Classic Arcade. Fusion Frenzy. This is one where we had it last time, and I think like 11 people asked for it.
It's an amazing title, and it actually now works on your Xbox One as well. Worms 4 Mayhem. Very cool. $2.50 for that one. All right, here we are in the last couple rows. It's the Xbox 360 games. Prey, real early title on the 360. Really cool first-person shooter. $2 for that one.
Make sure when you're talking about these games that you specify which system they're on and that it's the disc-only one if you can. That'll help us out a lot, help us get you your orders a lot faster. Make sure that we get you the right one.
BioShock 2 is a must-play. Blue Dragon, one of the few Xbox 360 RPGs that just are exclusive to the console. Especially with Tales of Vesperia coming out now. There is not a lot left, and Blue Dragon's one of them, I believe. The Simpsons game, a lot of fun and kind of hard to find, actually.
And this is our last 50% off section. Here is the 360. Nothing beyond this.
All right, folks, let's get back to those Xbox games. Now, we're going to look at the Xbox Inbox games right over here. Lots of great titles, Kelsey. Did you play much of the original Xbox?
Yeah, I sure did. Oh, I
well,
already
then
see
hopefully
some...
you can tell us a little bit about it, because I didn't play it as much. I had it at a friend's house. I was more of a PS2 guy.
I also had it at a friend's house, but it was like my next door neighbor, so I was there pretty often.
All right, go for it, Kelsey. What do you got here?
Well, Bloodwake is a classic one. That's a great multiplayer one you guys can start off with. Capcom Classics Collection. Obviously, any of these classics collections are really fun, really great, kind of way to get started. This one's got Street Fighter 2, it's got Legendary Wings, it's got Bionic Commando Ghouls and Ghosts. Those are some good ones right there. Final Fight. Moving on here, we've got a couple of the Crash games. I didn't play these on Xbox, but I did play them.
Cortex is great. Well, I played that on PS2. I imagine they're about the same.
Yeah.
But that being said, they're also not exactly the same. You see, the original Xbox was quite a bit more powerful than the PS2, which meant a lot of the times it's the superior version of a title that might be cross-platform. So why not get it on the Xbox if you have it and you have the option? Dino Crisis 3 here, I found this one odd. It's apparently Dino Crisis in space. Don't know when that happened, but probably right then.
When did dinosaurs get into space?
I don't know. Sounds like a cool idea, though.
We got Fable, of course, a
Fable's
classic.
a must-have. Again, Fusion Frenzy, quite a bit more expensive than its disc-only counterpart.
Yeah, so do make sure if you want this one that you specify anything, whether you're getting the box version or the disc-only version, please make sure you're specifying. That way we can make sure we get you the right one. Don't overcharge you or send you the wrong one, right? We've got Grand Theft Auto 3, that's a real cheap one. Of course, Halo.
Halo, gotta have
Halo,
it.
Halo 1,
Halo 2. Halo 2 multiplayer map pack.
We've got the Halo 2 Collector's Edition as well with that steel case right there. Got some of the Harry Potter games. We've got the Lego games. I really like those Lego games. They're a lot of fun.
Over here, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Super fun game. It plays a lot like Diablo, but with Marvel superheroes. I'm looking forward to the third one coming out pretty soon.
Got Metal Gear Solid 2. It's always a good choice.
It always strikes me as odd that it's on the Xbox. Like, I forget all the time until somebody comes and trades it in again. Midway Arcade Treasures. A whole big old collection of games here.
Got that Midnight Club and Midnight Club. So there's the Dub Edition and the Dub Edition Remix. There is a difference between these two, so you might want to specify if that's something you're looking for. And of course, the Midnight Club 2 as well.
We got Mortal Kombat Armageddon. There were so many Mortal Kombats between the PS2 and the Xbox.
I know.
But
I
what in
honestly
the
can't
world
tell
is
you
going
which one
on
is
this
good.
one? Looks like there's Mortal Kombat kart racing on here. What in the world? Okay. All right, I'll have to look at that more later. What in the heck?
We've got Myst 3 here. Myst games are always really cool.
So confusing. Underground 2, and Hot Pursuit and Most Wanted. I'm a big fan of Need for Speed games. I don't play a lot of racing games, but I think those ones are pretty solid. Nightcaster's pretty fun. Panzer Dragoon Orta. Cool on-rail shooter.
Over one of my
oh my goodness, I'm
games.
sorry. What is it?
Munch's Odyssey.
Tell me about
Munch's
it.
Odyssey. This is.
Wait a sec.
It's
not for resale. Get that out of here.
No. This one's really fun. It's kind of it's like an adventure action platformer adventure game. I don't know. It's 3D, so it's not like a total platformer, but it's basically just a really weird and grotesque game that I enjoyed a whole heck of a lot. Just give it a shot. It's only $7.
Well, it's a little bit more, but definitely way better. Shenmue 2. A must-play. Shenmue 3's coming out, guys. It's time to catch up.
That's a good point. If you guys want to get some old-school Sims here, I played The Sims and The Sims Busted Out a lot when I was little. Those ones are fun.
Sonic Mega Collection Plus. All the Spider-Man games in this generation are a whole lot of fun.
That is true.
Spyro, A Hero's Tale. We got Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2. I often hear this is the true Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is the best version of Star Wars Battlefront you can get. I've heard that 100 times. Super Monkey Ball Deluxe. Oh, this is a total fun game. Exclusive to the Xbox. Yeah, and very uncommon. Tenchu. If you're a fan of Sekiro right now, give Tenchu a shot. I've heard it compared to it about 1,000 times.
There's that Sega GT and Jet Set Radio Future. Again, it's not very expensive even if you get the box version. So even if you miss out on that disc-only one, I recommend getting the box version.
Here we go. All the Tom Clancy games. You can get the whole classic trilogy for only $9, or get them all separate. Tony Hawk Underground, Tony Hawk American Wasteland, great titles.
Got some of those X-Men games as well.
And that concludes our original Xbox section. Where are we going next, Kels?
I don't know. Where are we going next?
We're going to the 360 section.
All right.
If you're an Xbox fan, the Xbox times keep rolling. Here we are with the Xbox 360 games, and we have a lot of them right now. I tell you guys, right now is the time to buy Xbox 360 games. Everybody's trading them in, so they're all really cheap. Supply is high. Come and get them. We have the entire Assassin's Creed series right here, all available for you.
And these are all like pretty cheap, you know, like $4.
Yeah, it's nothing. And we like to put these little tags on here, identifying which ones work on the work on the Xbox One as well. Bayonetta, one of my favorite games here. Oh, what is this? Now that's an extra special. What is? Oh, okay. Let's put that one back. We got BioShock 2. Blur is a super awesome one. Oh, yeah, of course, a little bit more expensive there. The Call of Duty series. Recently, we forgot a sticker on this one. They recently made Modern Warfare 2 also compatible on the Xbox One, which is great. I think that's everybody's favorite Call of Duty game. We got Crash Mind Over Mutant, pretty uncommon there. Dark Souls 2, Dead Island, Dead Rising. So many fun and great titles on the Xbox 360. Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection. What? I didn't know this came out. Oh, cool.
Got 1 and 3.
Nice.
No 2. It's kind of weird.
We got Oblivion Game of the Year Edition, which comes with probably the best DLC ever made. A lot of people say it's the Shivering Isles DLC. It's so much fun.
We got the Gears of War games. If you haven't played these yet, they are only $3 a piece, and they work on your Xbox One.
What a
Give
deal.
them a shot.
The entire Halo series also compatible on your Xbox One.
And these are also really cheap, like $4, $5 for most of them. The only exception is this Steelbook Halo Wars here.
Right over here, we got Kane and Lynch 2, another pretty fun couch co-op game. Not my favorite game, really, but I'll take what I can get as far as couch co-op shooters go. Still a good time. Oh, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now this one's actually probably the best one. I know I said Lego Batman 2 was the best one last time, but I think it's probably that. And it's just because it's like a very updated version. Here we got Metal Gear Rising. Super fun action game, and Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain, which I often forget even came out on the Xbox 360. Mortal Kombat vs. the DC Universe.
Here's one that's real popular. Is the orange box. It's Half-Life 2, Episode 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal. Good group of games right there.
Resident Evil 5, 6, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Saints Row. The Saints Row games are hilarious. So this first one is like semi-serious. Saints Row 4 is off the rails, a really great time. Give it a shot. Compare and contrast them. It's great.
And occasionally you find some 360 games that are like weirdly uncommon, and I mean most 360 games are much cheaper than $12 now, but Snoopy's Grand Adventure, just uncommon enough.
Odd. What about that Sonic Genesis collection, Kelsey?
Oh, there it is. That's got a lot of stuff in there. Let's see, 40 classic titles. It's got Streets of Rage, it's got Altered Beast, it's got Golden Axe. This is ridiculous. Look, you can see some of the titles on the front there.
I see Phantasy Star. I see Rise Star. Oh boy.
Vector Man.
All right,
yeah, that's
we gotta move on. We could
Alex
spend
Kidd.
all day rattling off of those games. Let's check out Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. That's a great time. Here's a bizarre one. Steel Battalion Heavy Armor. So if you remember, Steel Battalion originally came out on the Xbox, right?
Had
you
that
command a
ridiculous
mech,
controller.
had a crazy controller with it. Well, now you're the controller because this requires a Kinect to use. It's an interesting experience for sure. Kinect finally has its hardcore game, says GameSpot. So if you think you're hardcore enough to drive a mech, give it a shot. Here's Tales of Vesperia, mentioned before.
This is a really, really excellent game. This is one of my favorite of the Tales games. If you like JRPGs, especially action JRPGs, this is one of the best ones. And you'll like the main character, which is surprising, because most of the time they're pretty generic and annoying.
We got one of the last good Tony Hawk games, in my opinion. Tony Hawk's Proving Ground. It's
That
a lot
Tony
of
Hawk
fun.
ride? Only $1.
Only $1 for Tony Hawk Ride, folks. Here we got a pretty sweet 3-pack. It's Trials HD, Limbo, and Splosion Man.
That's pretty cool. These Viva Pinata games are pretty cool as well, pretty popular.
Very unique.
The first one, and then Viva Pinata Party Animals. I don't actually... Oh, it looks like this is a party game. That makes sense.
And that just about concludes our Xbox 360 titles.
We do have 2 import Xbox 360 games. Most of the time, it's about 50-50 with the region lock, so you might want to look these up beforehand. Some of them work, some of them don't.
It was up to the publisher, apparently, in that case. All right, here we are, folks, with the PS3 games. Kelsey, did you play a lot of PS3?
Kinda.
All right, well,
Kinda
I played
depends.
enough of it. I think I can navigate our way around here. Now, prepare to watch me list a bunch of cross-platform games.
Alright.
All right, so the Assassin's Creed trilogy, or not just trilogy, but basically the entire Assassin's Creed trilogy. Said
my
it twice.
goodness.
Series is a great time. Excuse me. We got BioShock, BioShock 2, and Infinite. Those are all great first-person shooters with a little bit of like kind of magical elements to them as well. Borderlands is a classic. Yeah, you got to get these. With Borderlands 3 finally coming out after all this time, now is the time to play Borderlands.
Absolutely. We've got Call of Duty Black Ops. We got a bunch of the Call of Duties. They're all pretty cheap now. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, if you want to go back and revisit some of those. We got Dark Souls. We got Dark Souls 2. I don't know why Dark Souls 2 is less expensive than Dark Souls 1, but it is.
There's reasons.
There's reasons. Dead Island, only $3.
All right, right over here we got Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, Dead Space 3, Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, and Dead or Alive 5. DMC Devil May Cry, as mentioned earlier. People seem like they're coming around to this game. Like, at first they totally hated it, and now people are kind of like, you know what, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I was just upset about the new Dante. Give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. Dynasty Warriors 8. These games, they don't change much. I enjoyed them quite a bit on the PS2, and having played a more recent title, they stay the same. Give a more modern one a shot. They're pretty fun. Fallout New Vegas, Far Cry 2 and 3. I am stuttering like crazy. God of War Collection, which includes God of War 1 and 2. And then you can get God of War 3, and then you can get God of War Ascension. All right, cool.
Get all of it.
Over here, Heavy Rain, a PS3 exclusive. I know a lot of people are big fans of. Infamous, Injustice, Just Cause 2, Kingdom Hearts 1.5. There's so many Kingdom Hearts.
And this is the one that comes with kind of a cool little like half art book. The disc goes in there. We keep the discs behind the counter, but you get some cool like kind of.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
Oh, neat. Okay.
I like this book a lot. It's a little bit more pricey than just the regular version of the game, but I think it's worth it. Worth the extra couple bucks. Little Big Planet, you can't skip that. This is one of the absolute best games on the PS3 in my opinion, at least as far as exclusives go.
One I got a lot of fun and time out of was Mirror's Edge. It's a parkour game. It's a ton of fun, very unique for this time. Monkey's Island Special Edition Collection. This is a PAL game.
Oh, cool.
Very cool. The PS3, as you know, is region free, so no problem playing that here. Right over here, we got some more sports games, and the Need for Speeds, as always, are hiding in between there. Portal 2, a must-have. Another good couch co-op game if you can have a lot of patience with your friend. Record of Agaris War 2. Are you familiar with this, Kelsey? Has anime people on it?
No,
I figure you might know
they're
something.
Strategy games. I have not played any of them.
Darn. We got Red Dead Redemption, Resident Evil 5 and 6. More couch co-op goodness. Sonic Generations, SoCal. Oh my gosh, Stick of Truth was so hilarious. I know it's been said, but the South Park games are like playing a South Park episode. They're so much fun and so funny. We got the entire Uncharted series here for real cheap. $3 each. This one's just $4 because it's the Game of the Year edition. It has a little bit of extra bonus stuff on it. It's pretty cool. And to top it off, we got Zone of the Enders HD Collection.
All right.
All right, Kelsey, what's up next for us this evening?
Let's see. Do we need to move over to the Wii game?
Yes, we do,
All right.
Kelsey. We're heading on over to the Wii and Wii U section next, folks. Let's take a look.
We're going to show you the Wii U first.
All right, guys. Starting with the Wii U, underappreciated library. I wouldn't say underappreciated console, but they have some of the best Nintendo games ever made. Nintendo first-party games.
The Bayonetta 2, that's the one that doesn't come with Bayonetta 1. It's just Bayonetta 2, but that's okay because it's only $15 and it's also a really fantastic game.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is a lot of fun. Just a tip for anybody, I recommend getting the amiibo because quite a bit of content is locked behind the amiibo. Kirby Rainbow Curse, excuse me. This is still not available on the Switch. Neither is Twilight Princess HD, which is a ton of fun. Mario Party 10, Mighty Number 9, if you guys remember that one. Star Fox Zero, and there's Star Fox Guard. Nintendo Land, a game that will never, ever come to the Switch. I don't know how they possibly could. It makes a great use out of the gamepad.
It's such a great Wii U game, too. I really do recommend that as, like, the party game to get if you have a Wii U. We've got Super Smash Brothers as well, and yeah, that's pretty much it, unfortunately, for our little Wii U section. Now let's move on to the Wii. You know, the Wii does have quite a bit of shovelware, but it also has some gems in here, too. I've heard really good things about this Blastworks game here. Boom Block's another fun one. We've got Endless Ocean. This is kind of an interesting one, because it's less of a game and more like an experience. You just kind of swim around and check out all the wildlife. It's a really relaxing game if you ever just kind of want to chill out and look at cool things. I like that one a lot. So a lot of these games are like $5 or under. Not all of them. You know, there's House of the Dead Overkill here. That's a pretty cool one. Moving on down here. This is a weird one. I promise this is not overpriced. This I Love Horses game is actually just really uncommon. I know, it's weird. I know. We got some of the Just Dance games. We got Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition. This one is actually still pretty on the uncommon to rare side, which is unfortunate because it's really great. It's got a whole lot of content in it, lots of Kirby games, including my favorite Kirby 64. There's Mario Kart Wii. We've got Metroid Prime 3 and Metroid Other M. Some of the My Sims games. These ones are pretty cute. They're not quite like the Sims games. In fact, you know, the My Sims Racing, obviously not like a Sims game at all. It's like a racing game, but they're pretty fun ones, especially if you got some kids and stuff at home. New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's another good one. This one's pretty uncommon on the Wii. Obscure. This is a horror game on the Wii, which is kind of a weird spot for it. Okami on the Wii. This is the funny one. This is where you can see the IGN. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera. They accidentally printed this cover with the IGN watermark on it. Puno, here's actually a really uncommon one. I don't see this one very often at all. Moving on down here. These Rock Band track packs are kind of interesting too. Not something you see all the time. If you want to play Rock Band on the Wii, that's one of the easier ones to get guitars and stuff for. A little bit easier to get on the Wii than on like the PS3. You know, some sports games and stuff that are real cheap. This Sky Captain one I've heard really good things about.
That looks very childish.
I know,
I don't know about that
no,
one.
but if this seriously, this used to be like a $20 game. I think it just eventually went down in price, but it's yeah, I don't know. Looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it looks alright. Right over here, Super Smash Brothers Brawl. I know it gets a lot of flack for being, you know, what with the tripping and imbalance and stuff, but I still had a great time with it.
I like it.
Super Paper Mario, Super Mario Galaxy, great titles here to close us off in the Wii section. We also have a small selection of Japanese Wii games, but do keep in mind, folks, these are region locked, so you know who you are if you're trying to play these.
Yeah,
these will not work on your American Wii.
Yeah, do specify, of course, because some of these we do have them in both languages. So we got Wii Sports Resort, got some Naruto games here, a Gundam game, whoa, cool. And Wheelie Breakers, Motorcycle Yu-Gi-Oh!
Awesome. All right, Kels, why don't we go take a break for just a second up at the counter and do our last deal of the night.
Last deal of the night, all right.
Our last very special deal. Don't forget, folks, once again, any of these awesome little Japanese import keychains you see here are all going to be only $4 tonight. That's a steal of a deal. You will not find it any better than that. So, for our last deal of the night, folks, we have t-shirts.
All right.
We have 3 designs of these awesome Pink Gorilla t-shirts, which are typically $20, but tonight only it is $15. Just go ahead and ask. We have all sizes between small and 5XL on all 3 of these designs. And these shirts are kind of like our special club membership deal. So Kelsey, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so if you come in wearing one of these shirts, if you ever find yourself in Seattle, come in wearing one of these shirts, you're actually going to get 10% off on just about everything in the store. It doesn't apply to consoles or rare games, but it applies to all used games. It applies to, controllers and cords and even our plushies, that sort of thing. You'll get 10% off anytime you wear it, 20% off on Fridays.
That's a steal of a deal. Today's Friday.
Oh, today's Friday.
You could have got 20% off.
Though.
Sorry. Store's closed now. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get on to a section I'm sure a lot of people have been really looking forward to. It's the handheld games.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, handheld games right over here. Let's start with the Game Boy. I grew up playing the Game Boy quite a bit, Kelsey. Did you?
I did.
Now, besides Pokemon. Busted. Yeah, bases loaded. I played
Pokemon, a lot of Game Boy games, not just Pokemon.
Marble Madness is a super fun one, as well as Super Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. Bugs Bunny and Crazy Castle, that's a great one too. Fast-paced platformer. That's my pet peeve in games. I should say that's what I like in games. I like my characters fast, my platforming fast.
Yeah, I agree with that. We also do have some Japanese games that are going to be next to these ones. Again, if you see anything you want but you don't necessarily know the name, just do your best to describe it. The Game Boy is region-free, so this will work on any region Game Boy.
This one here is called Bugs Bunny Collection. Bugs Bunny. Oh, it says Bugs Bunny. Never mind.
And if you guys are just joining us, just message DSKoopa checkout to get started. Anything you see here, if you see it on stream, you can buy it. If you don't see it on stream, you can't buy it. Sorry.
Some Game Boy Color games.
And
again region free.
And we're seeing that new battery sticker again, even on some of these $5 and $6 games. We do replace all of the batteries that need replacing. Any game that has it. So you will have a fresh battery, keeps your save all nice for the next 15 years or so. Even Caesar's Palace too, if you need to save your gambling.
All right down here we have some of the over $10 Game Boy games here, including Battletoads. Atomic Park, Battletoads, Dr. Mario, Metroid 2 Return of Samus. Extra bases. We got Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, and these are all, again, folks, we do check these for authenticity. You will never get a fake from us. We are just too sharp for that.
Super Mario Land 2, the 6 gold coins. This is probably my favorite Mario game of all time. It is amazing. I highly recommend it.
Donkey Kong Country, it kind of surprised me that the game looks a lot like the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah, it's surprising. I don't know how they do it.
I didn't think the Game Boy Color could do that, but what do you know? Super Mario Deluxe, that one's pretty great as well. I mean, it's standard Mario, no surprises there, but that's what we like.
Here's some more Japanese games over here. Again, these are going to be region-free. You can absolutely play them. Obviously, these Pokemon games will be in Japanese, but if you like a challenge, if you're learning Japanese, or you just, you feel like you could do it without reading anything. I don't think you can. I don't recommend that, but
here's some of the less expensive Game Boy Advance games here, and we'll get to the over $10 ones in just a minute. But shout out if you need any of these, go ahead and hit up DSKoopa checkout. And I'd also like to remind everybody that shipping sucks. Paying for shipping is super dumb. Why not subscribe to the channel to get free shipping within the U.S.?
Yeah, if you are in the continental U.S., go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It'll probably be cheaper than your shipping anyways, and you'll get free shipping. So really, really just a good deal for you. I promise that's not a weird thing we're trying to pull on you.
Also, you can use your Twitch Prime subscription, which if you have Amazon Prime is actually totally free. It just comes with it. You may not have known that. Everyone has Amazon Prime.
Pac-Man Pinball. That looks pretty cool.
That's So Raven.
Wow, $1.
That's so cheap.
So... You beat me to it.
Spyro and Spyro 2. I don't know what those are all about.
I haven't played the Game Boy Advance ones.
With prices that low, you might as well just give it a shot. Is that Sabrina the Teenage
It
Witch?
sure is.
I didn't know she was still around. For the Game Boy Advance.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't think this is recent.
Alright, here we are with just a few over $10 Game Boy Advance games, including Dark Arena, Final Fight 2, Game & Watch Gallery 4, Mega Man and Base, what is that? Mega Man Battle Network White 3, Super Mario Advance, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and then two really cool ones, Kelsey. Could you pull those out? I know you can reach them from here. These ones are Japanese games, but you can play them without knowing a lick of Japanese. Colorist and Dot Stream.
Yeah, so these are kind of like weird... I want to call them like, experimental artsy games. They're kind of puzzle-like, but not always. And there's a series of them only in Japan. You might notice, these cartridges look kind of different. They're black. They are authentic. It's just kind of a weird artsy series that they did only in Japan.
The boxes even look much different than the standard Game Boy Advance boxes.
They're
like these little squares that are all they have like a glossy finish. They're awesome. So I recommend maybe looking up some of those videos on those games. They're totally awesome. Here we have some Nintendo DS loose cartridge games.
And again, please make sure you specify, loose versus boxed in a case like this, because we may have it both loose and boxed. And I want to make sure that you get the one that you're actually looking for. We don't accidentally, try to invoice you for the cart one when you wanted the boxed one, or vice versa, right? So make sure you specify it. Also, if you want the manual with the boxed one, just let us know, because sometimes they don't come with the manual, so we want to be able to warn you.
So if you personally have a game collection at home, maybe a game room, prove your intelligence by having Smart Boys Game Room. Throw that in there. All your friends will come over and see that framed, and they'll be like, "Oh, that must be an award for being such a smart boy."
Gunpei's
awesome
a really
game
fun
room.
little puzzle game. I'm a WonderSwan fan, and that was a game that was originally on the WonderSwan.
What
Brought
is
it to
this?
the DS and PSP.
Life Signs Surgical Unit?
Oh.
That sounds a lot like Trauma Center.
Huh.
Tomb Raider Underground, Touchmaster 3, My Amusement Park. I like the sounds of that. Alright, and let's go over to some of the over $10 DS games. Now, what is this first one? That looks dumb. What is that?
Hoshigami? The $10 one?
No.
Which one?
That would...
That one?
No, the first one?
That one?
No, the first...
That one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought... Okay, so...
I'm teasing Kelsey. She's
Well,
a
it
huge
didn't work.
Animal Crossing fan.
It didn't work. This one's called Commando Steel
No, Animal
Disaster. I'm not
Okay.
talking about
Sorry.
Animal Crossing.
All right.
This is Commando Steel Disaster. This is a very, very uncommon DS game there.
We got Digimon World Championship, Hoshigami. I think that's a kind of like a visual novel game. We got
I thought it was an RPG.
Fossil Fighters Champions, Kurupoto. I'm not sure what that is. Mario Kart DS. That's a total awesome classic one. I believe you can technically play with 8 players with one cartridge.
Yeah.
It's hard.
They're all going to be shy guys, and they're all going to be way slower.
And the connection will be crazy, but
Yeah.
it does work. We got Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DX World Championship 2010 and Nightmare Troubadour?
Troubadour.
Yeah. Also, Pokemon Trozy there in the back, a kind of unknown sort of puzzle game. A little bit less appreciated, it seems. All
Let's
right.
look at these boxed DS games again. Do specify if you want a boxed. If the game you're looking for is boxed or cartridge only, that'll help us out. Just in case we have
100
both.
classic books for only $6.
That's
What a
crazy.
deal. That's amazing. Your Final Fantasy Fables, Chocobo Tales.
Here's one that I haven't really seen before.
Glory Days 2. Okay.
Kind of an interesting art style there.
Ooh, Harvest Moon DS Cute.
Oh, I love
that.
this
Is a
one,
very
though,
cute
yeah.
one. Another cute game here. Hello Kitty Big City Dreams. Adorable.
Oh, down here we've got Disgaea on the DS. That's another pretty uncommon one there.
That
We
one's like a tactic RPG,
Yep,
yeah?
exactly. Very long, too. I haven't played the DS one specifically, but...
We
all
got
the
a
other ones are very
collectible
long.
Jonas. This one is brand new and sealed
Wow.
as well. Pokemon Trozy over here. We got Lego Battles. This is kind of like an RTS, but without a lot of depth. It's pretty fun, though. Mario Kart DS. We also got Mario Party as well. This is my personal favorite Mario Party still to this day.
Really?
It is awesome. They did a great job. I feel like it's the most fair Mario Party.
Space
almost missed it. Space Bust
Brand
Move.
new and sealed. That one's a fun one.
Super Scribble Knots.
That's another great one right there.
And we got lots of kind of cute ones. Paws and Claws Marine Rescue. Pets Cats even more. Pets Tigers? That's hardcore cats.
Yeah. If you want to play Pets Cats on hard mode, get Pets Tigers.
All right, and we got a couple 3DS games here. They tend to go pretty quick, and also don't miss that there are a few Japanese DS games here. They are region free, but I can't guarantee how easy they will be to play.
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, I'd also like to mention beforehand that the Japanese 3DS games will not work on an American console, unfortunately.
Yeah, those are region locked, so keep that in mind. 3DS games, we've got a bunch here that are brand new. If you see that sealed sticker on it, that just means that it is a brand new copy of the game rather than a used copy. We do just hang them all up together.
Here we have Love Plus, made famous for a man in Japan marrying his DS.
Pretty strong waifu love right there. Lots of great 3DS games, a lot of them brand new. Super Mario 3D Land.
3DS also just had like the best library of like first-party Nintendo games ever. Like one of the best Mario Karts ever, one of the best Smash, one of the best. Yeah, it's so great. Right down here, this is kind of a little bit of an obscure one. Virtue's Last Reward. It's the sequel to 999 back on the DS. It's a very trippy, very heady like visual novel puzzle game. It's pretty great.
I'll show off the loose 3DS games real quick here too. Again, keep in mind these are region locked, so especially if you are an international person watching this right here, someone not in America, just make sure you keep that in mind too.
Asphalt 3D, that plays in 3D. It's like a 3D solid racing game, like you're playing Need for Speed on the Xbox or something. It's great. Devil Survivor Overclocked is a very difficult tactics RPG. We got Fire Emblem Awakening back there. I'm sure somebody will pick that one up. It's great. Hatsune Miku DX here. That's a really cool, really cute rhythm game, and it actually comes with 2 games on it. In Japan, there were 2 separate Hatsune Miku Project Mirai games, and that is the combination of both that was released in America after the fact.
We've got Super Smash Brothers on the 3DS. They're only $15, so that's a pretty cheap way to play that game.
Tomodachi Life is a very bizarre experience I recommend everybody doing. Almost indescribable, really. Like, you just make your friends in a house, and they just do things that are very bizarre.
It's very, very odd.
Quirkiest game on the planet.
Do you want to do a real quick pass of the box stuff
yes,
down
I
here,
do.
too?
So we have some box stuff, just kind of a mixed bag down here, but lots of good box games like Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Land 3, Sonic the Hedgehog Genesis. So it's just the Genesis version of Sonic the Hedgehog, but for your Game Boy Advance. Phantasy Star Collection includes 1, 2, and 3. And that one is complete. So
most of these will be, but again, if that's something that matters to you, just make sure you let us know. That way we get you something that you want. We got just a handful of WonderSwan games here. Don't have a whole lot of them, unfortunately, but if you're into the WonderSwan, we got you sort of covered on that. Some Japanese Game Boy games. If you want to just start kind of getting a collection together, that's kind of what I started doing before I started getting serious about collecting handhelds. Is I started just buying some of these really cheap Game Boy Japanese boxed games because they look really impressive really quick on a shelf. Maybe that's not your style, but if you're a collector, you know what I'm talking about.
And speaking of the WonderSwan, you may not know about it or know that Kelsey is a huge WonderSwan fan, but we have got WonderSwans available here for sale for you now, all cleaned, tested, and working.
Yeah, let me tell you guys a little bit about the differences between these, because you might see that there are some price differences here. So these ones, $28 through as much as even $40 for this Panda one right here. These are the black and white WonderSwans. This is the original one. It's kind of a good place to start, I think. Most of the games that are playable on the WonderSwan, without knowing Japanese, are gonna play just fine on this. So they're a little bit cheaper. This is the WonderSwan Color. This will actually, it's kind of like the difference between a Game Boy and a Game Boy Color. Some games are going to work only on the WonderSwan Color. And then, of course, it's going to be in color, as it says. So if you guys are interested in any of those, we do have a few of those for sale. That is the only console we are selling on stream, are these Wonder Swans tonight. We unfortunately, it's kind of tough to ship some of the other consoles. So this is it for our handhelds tonight. Cody, where are we heading next?
To the other handhelds, the PSP and the PlayStation Vita.
All right.
Don't you think we forgot about you, Vita fans? You guys don't get enough love, I feel like. The games are so hard to find, but we'll be able to help you out, especially with those limited run titles.
If you guys don't know what limited run games is, they are a company that take titles that are normally only digital only, and they do make physical copies of them so that you can, I personally want to actually own the games I own and be able to resell it and that sort of thing.
With like really the Google Stadia coming out, there's I don't know, physical media is really going out the door.
Yeah.
Like you don't even own anything on your hard drive anymore. It's getting kind of crazy. So if you still want to own any of these games forever, here's the way to do it. A lot of these games, there's only 2,000 to 4,000 copies of a lot of these titles.
Almost all of them are under 8,000 copies, so you're definitely, you got something rare if you get some of these limited run games. They're not going to reprint them. It's a one-time thing if you want to be able to actually own these games that are normally digital only. The Vita is region-free. Of course, again, anything that is Japanese is probably going to be in Japanese, but it will play on your system. Same with the PSP. The PSP is region-free. And we do have some good ones here. Harvest Moon Boy and Girl, that's a real popular one. We got Jack and Daxter.
We got Fat Princess, Fistful of Cake.
Oh, that's a great one.
Sims 2 Pets, which is very fun. Sci-Fi Unfiltered Dark Mirror. Ooh, Legend of Heroes. Possibly the most generic title of all time.
And this is actually a prequel to that PS3 one I showed off earlier, the Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel. This took place, I can't remember, 100 years before the events of that game. So you actually, if you play them in order, there will be some little references you'll catch.
Nice. So next, we're going to go look, speaking of limited run, we're going to check out some more limited run games. We have some titles on the PlayStation 4, and we have some on the Switch as well.
All right, let's do it.
So right over here, let's go through these. Rain World, Dragon Sinker, Bastion. Bastion is a A+ awesome game. Narcosis, Another World 20th Anniversary Edition, Sundered. Have you played any of these, Kelsey?
Not the ones that you have mentioned so far. I've watched some people play Bastion because that game looks really cool.
It feels odd to say that the narration is one of the best parts of the game, but it sure is.
Battle Chef Brigade is one I definitely recommend. It's a really fun game that's kind of a mixture between a hack and slash RPG / puzzle game. So you run around and gather and beat up monsters to gather materials to go make food, and when you make the food, you're doing a puzzle game. It's great. It's super weird.
And we
great.
also have that available on the Switch.
Yeah.
Double Switch, it's another one of those oddball ones, kind of like the FMV one. So Late Shift is a very serious, well done FMV game. And then you got Double Switch, which was trying great for its time, but it's very 90s, as well as Night Trap, which we also have available on the Vita.
We've got a couple new games as well, Jump Force and One Piece, if you just want to, just looking to pick those up and want to do it from us.
Here we have Outlast 2, West of Loathing, Broken Age.
We have a West of Loathing left.
Yeah, Broken Age. That's our last copy of Broken Age. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Here's those Yoshi Crafted Worlds. And remember, folks, those are actually $50 tonight only during this stream. Pixel Junk Monsters 2, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. We got the Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. This is actually a free-to-play game filled with just a ton of DLC. This is everything you could ever need all in one here on this cartridge. We got Thumper, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, my favorite Zelda game, one of my favorite games of all time now.
We've got that Super Mario Odyssey, and then we also have the version that comes with the Traveler's Guide. Obviously, why not get that version? If you only want it with the Traveler's Guide, let us know, because we might run out of those.
Yeah, it's exactly the same price, but you just get an extra bonus little book that's got some art in it and a little bit of strategy. Super Mario Party and Mario Rabbids. So there you are, folks. Those are all of the Switch titles. And all of our remaining limited run games on the PS4. So, Kelsey, from here, I think we've covered just about all of the store.
Yeah, we did.
What else would you
We
like to see?
there's still some parts of the plushie wall that we haven't hit, so I think it might actually be a good time to revisit the plushie stuff, especially if you weren't there kind of in the beginning of the stream. Want to be able to show you guys the cool plushies, maybe even hit the keychains a little bit more one more time.
Sounds good. And also, how much time do we have left? We have about 25 minutes, so there might be enough time to revisit one section. If you really want to see it, go ahead and tell our folks in the back by whispering DSKoopa checkout. Say, I really want to see the NES section again. Maybe we can do it. We'll do our best for you, but we do need to end at 12 sharp. So let's take... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Let's take a look around.
We still got one more plushie section to show off. We did show you guys some of the stuff, but there's some other really good plushies over here that we didn't get to yet, including some that I can't believe we didn't show off. Check out these Vulpix plushies, these giant Vulpix plushies. These are another one of those, if you're here at the beginning of the stream, we actually get a lot of these plushies from the Crane game catalogs in Japan. So not only are they Japanese plushies, you actually would have to go to an arcade and win a Crane game to get one of these.
Those Crane games aren't easy.
Yeah, or you can just buy it for 25 bucks from us. It's a great deal for these really awesome
25 bucks
Vulpix
with
right
free
here.
shipping with your subscription.
Lots
Lots
of
of
US.
lots of super nice, super high quality, officially licensed Pokemon here. Love the Slowpoke and his stupid look.
So these are Sane brand. They're a really high quality Japanese plushie maker. They are a little bit more expensive than some of the other plushies. These guys range from about $18 to $22 for the most part. Most of them are $20. Some of them are a little bit less, like, you know, this Rowlet's $18. He's a little bit simpler. It basically just has to do with how complex the plushie is for the most part.
So, for example, this Lapras here, I believe, is 22,
Yeah.
and it looks amazing, but it's all due to the extra work that goes into the spikes on the back.
Just look at how nice the
so
embroidery
nice.
is on these. I mean, these are definitely high quality plushies. These aren't necessarily like, you know, ones you give to your 2-year-old. These are the ones if you want a really nice plushie to put on your shelves. And there's some weird ones too. I mean, look, Sawaddle,
You never see a
Atsu,
Sawaddle.
Ralts.
Yeah.
Like why would they make plushies for those? Machop? Very odd. This one's really cute. We got Pusel and Minoon, which is really, I don't know, I think that's kind of cute.
Here we have an Entei.
Now these
One
ones,
Entei left.
Yeah, these
are a
big ones
little
are
more
actually
expensive.
pretty expensive. Again, we only have those one because they're pretty expensive. This Blastoise is 28, and the Entei is 30. That's just because they're super detailed, super nice quality embroidery. If you are into really nice plushies, they make a really great addition to your collection. Now down here, you guys might have seen this, these earlier, these Pikachus and Squirtles, but I want to show them off again just because they're so nice. Check out that fabric. It's really unique.
Beautiful. So soft.
Again, one of
I
those
love 'em.
Crane game prizes from Japan.
This
as
one's I
well as
like a
this,
lot more.
yeah.
He's so soft and fluffy. It's great.
We got some of these Kirby's again. You guys might have seen these at the beginning, but we got that Jester Kirby, we got the Ice Kirby. I think we have just one left of that Beetle Kirby. That one's pretty cool. We also do have a bunch of Animal Crossing plushies over here, and I think there might be some over in that case that we don't have over here, so we'll go double check that at the end. Most of these guys are 18. Again, really high quality, all the way from Japan, imported plushies. So they're really nice, nicely embroidered. I'll give you guys kind of a closer look at them, but they're very soft. You've got KK, you've got Cap'n. The Cyrus plush is really detailed, especially. Really like his apron. We've got that Diddy Kong plushie. I love that one.
We got the Boo sticking his tongue out.
Yeah. And the Goomba, those guys are only 12. They're a little bit cheaper. These Yoshis are really cute as well. We do have basically an entire rainbow of Yoshis here. Looks like a few are missing, but got almost every color of Yoshi here. I'm gonna hit down here real quick because there are a few more Animal Crossing plushies down here, like Rover, Rossetti, Kix, DJ KK. That's the only one that's a little bit more expensive. He's actually 20 instead of 18, but the rest of them are just 18.
Oh, and these two trying to
yeah.
escape over here. We got standard Pikachu and Emolga as well.
And those are those really nice Sane Pokemon plushies. Again, super high quality, super soft. Those are kind of the, for the plushie collector type
All right, do we want to look at the plushies at the very front?
Sure, let's do
so
that one
this
more
is the
time.
very first section we hit at the beginning, so some of you guys who are tuning in now may have missed it at the beginning, but why don't we check it out again? Section has been beat up a little bit by people purchasing these great items here today, but once again we got kind of a rainbow of Yoshis here. Again, the fluffy, super soft Pikachu.
Yeah, make sure you're being specific because I see we do have two different fluffy Pikachus.
We got
There's one that's
sleeping Pikachu?
laying down and sleeping and one that's standing up. They're both fluffy. Make sure you're being specific so we get to the right one because those two are the same price. They're both $25.
There we are. There's the Pikmin again. One flying Pikmin remaining. Very cute. Those are all 15 each. We got Artemis, right?
Yes.
Yes, I almost mixed them up. Some Kirbys. We got one Parasol Kirby remaining. Bunch of Cutter Kirbys. I like his intensity. That's American cover intensity. Over here, some standard Mario plushies. They're all pretty awesome. Mario,
Yeah.
Luigi, Fire Mario, Wario.
I really like the Koopa Paratrooper plushie. He's only $12, but also he can hang from things. He's got kind of like a little string here. You can cut it, of course, but he's kind of nice if you want him kind of like flying above your desk or something like that.
Alright, right down here, once again, it's those kind of chibi look Flareon and Charmander plushies.
We have just a couple of those left.
Those
the
have been
chibi
quite
heads.
popular.
These ones are $25 along with that Raichu there. Again, these are all those Japanese crane game prizes. We're able to offer them to you guys without you having to use a crane game because that would suck.
We got a adorable Rowlet, my new favorite starter, and also super soft version Rowlet.
Yeah, so again, make sure you specify fluffy or non-fluffy Rowlet because for some of these we got
And no
nice.
worries, they're the same price.
They are the same price.
All right, Kelsey, let's see what the survey said. Oh, actually, I almost skipped a pretty awesome section.
Oh,
PC
okay.
Engine. PC Engine and Turbo Graphics for the really hardcore collectors.
And it is just the games here that we're selling.
That's right. So down here, a crazy selection of PC Engine games. They're few and far between. They're pretty tough to find. One that stands out to me, Noriko. Hang out with a Japanese idol, do karaoke with her, dress her up. All
Sounds
from,
like you're
from
kind
the
of game
80s.
coding.
We got Outrun, the total classic over there. I love the PC Engine because there's just so many games on it that just like weren't remade, didn't come to any other console, that it's kind of like unexplored territory. That's my favorite thing nowadays. I've played games for so long, I just like to see games I haven't seen before. Here's probably the most expensive game in the store right now. It's called Nexer. It's a shoot 'em up game for the PC Engine
Of
Super
course.
CD.
What else would it be at that price, right?
Right. A couple Turbo Graphics games up here as well. Ys 3 Wanderers from Ys, Samurai Ghost. Pretty cool. Well, let's see what the survey of the viewers has come out with. We'll see what sections you guys want to see. We still have...
Oh, real quick, I want to show off the Monster Hunter.
Oh,
figures.
yeah. Oh,
Forgot
my
to
goodness.
do
We
that.
almost forgot. I love Monster Hunter. All of us here at the store are huge fans of Monster Hunter. We have these blind box figures here. I'm going to go through and try to show off every single one. So you don't know who you're going to get in here, but I'll do my best by you to open these up. I actually stream here live every single night, and I will be packing all of the orders that you're placing tonight live on stream and throwing in some bonus items if you happen to be there. So drop a follow and check that out. Also, if you happen to be buying one of these Monster Hunter boxes, I'll try my best to kind of weigh them out and like figure, okay, you want the Gammoth? Okay, he's a little bit heavier. This box is pretty heavy. I'll try to get him for you. No promises. Worst case scenario though, you can trade with some of the ones you see on display here. How about that? Not a bad deal. Alright, so right here we got the best version, volume 4, 5, and 6. Mitsuzune.
Astalos.
Thank you.
Glavenus.
Yes, my
We got
memory's
Chris.
my
All
memory's
right.
fading me. Thank you.
We got the Rathalos here. And is that Dread King?
Dread Queen.
Dread
Rathalos.
Queen, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Raytheon.
So we got Jetpack Dragon. We got a Diablos, Mitsuzune, Shaolon, something like that. I got
the-
Gammoth and another. This is the.
That's the Frost Gamut.
Yeah, this is like the Bloodthirst Diablos or something terrifying. Here we have Volume 9, so you guys might be a little more familiar with this. This is from the Monster Hunter World series.
So we got Anjanath, we got Rathalos.
Kulayaku and Great Jagras.
Something Cody died to.
I've never.
Yeah.
We got Zora Magdaros and
and the
Puke
Puke
Puke.
Puke.
Here is a really popular box. It's the Monster Hunter Volume 10 blind box with Nergigante and Legiana, Paolumu. Oh, I got it.
Okay,
I got
okay,
it. Raytheon and Dodogama, and then Diablos here.
Volume 11 is probably my favorite one.
We got Tobi Kadachi, Odogaron.
Uh-huh.
I forget this one. Valhazak. That's
Yeah.
right. The zombie dragon.
Zombie dragon, that's my favorite.
Scary. Arathalos. We got an Azure Raytheon Arathalos.
Black
and
Diablos.
Black Diablos. Here's,
Now the volume 12, this is
here's
still
where
in
things
Monster
are
Hunter
heating
World
up. Super,
territory.
So there we are with...
Xenojiva.
I was going to say...
You looked at me.
I forget his name though.
Beetlejuice?
Basarios. No.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, I'm sorry.
I mean, his name isn't actually Beetlejuice, but that's what everyone calls it.
Tsuziku. We got Devil Joe. Okay, I forget
Kieran,
them all.
and I forget, is that Uragon or is that the other one?
I think it is Uragon.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. These all escaped me.
It's been a little while since both.
Not a lot of these left, but this is called like the Anger version plus. So we have Raging Devil Joe, Rathalos, I think that's Basarios, Rajang, Acantor, and Gold Raytheon. My gosh, these names. Nargacuga, Rathalos, and I forget. Here is the final one, and this just came out about a week or two ago. So yay, Kelsey, you take over.
Yeah,
Get
we've got
over this.
Nergigante. I actually forget what this guy's. He was a DLC monster.
Kolvgora or
Something like
Yeah.
that. Is that Silverwind? No, not.
Oh, that's just Kushala.
Yeah, Kshaldar, I'm sorry. That's another Xenojiva. He's just kind of more glowy.
Teostra and Lunastra.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's it for those guys.
Yeah. Oh boy, that was. Oh, all right, folks. So that kind of covers that. Any other sections we should cover? We got 15.
We got
that's
about
right.
5 minutes of closeout.
That's right, we do. So we got time for one more section. What do the people want to see? Coach?
So while that you're figuring that out, I'm gonna keychains here, because again, these guys are only $4 tonight, and we only went through this section once, and there's a whole lot to see. Whole lot specific with what you want, because it's, I mean, look how many there are. It's a crazy amount. We get all of these from Japan. They're all super cute, high quality. A big Scott, and look at that octopus. That's ridiculous. It's so cute. We got some cute little birds holding mail. We have these cube dogs. I love these cube dogs. Animals and zoo animals, as well as these pastel zoo animals. I love these. The pink koala, the purple panda. Looking over at some of these as well.
All right.
Again, all just $4 tonight. All right, what are we checking out?
It is the accessory
All right. Forgotten
accessories
this.
for all of your console needs. Over here, we'll start in the Nintendo accessories section. We have standard brand new controllers at MSRP prices, of course, like the controller, Joy-Cons, etc. We have third-party AC adapters. We have some great used, tested, and working Wii U Pro controller, my personal favorite controller of all time.
With those Switch AC different types, there's a $15 one that'll charge it when it's in handheld mode. The $20 one is the one you want if you want it to charge from the dock, or power the dock, I should say. So there are.
Well, this will do both.
Well, I know, but yeah, the $15 one will not power the dock. That's what.
Right over here, we have a ton of nunchucks, all you could need. Wii remotes as well. This cool Motion Plus inside, required for playing games like Wii Sports Resort and Skyward Sword. Really cool Zelda GameCube controller. Well, this plugs into your Wii remote. Don't get it twisted.
It's not a GameCube
we do controllers, though. We have these brand new third-party ones that people like them, but if you are a hardcore Smash player, this is what you're going to want to go with. These are all super high-quality, first-party, clean GameCube controllers. People have seen me actually clean and test these live on stream. They are 100% guaranteed to work, and they are a great deal.
We also do have the port adapter if you want to use your GameCube controllers for the new Super Smash Bros. On the Switch, or if you wanted to use it on your PC or your Wii U, that's the way to go. They're $25.
The only thing to note with these, compatible with the Wavebird. All right.
I've heard some people's Wavebirds work with them, but then others don't. So
well, then it might.
At your own risk, I guess, with the Wavebirds.
TV cables, power cables to any kind of Nintendo console you could possibly need, whether it's the GameCube, the Wii, etc., anything at all. Up here we have some Xbox One controllers. Oh no, did we sell out of the Phantom ones? Well, we have the red one, white, Armed Forces edition, super cool. Xbox 360 controllers galore, only $20, all cleaned and tested. Lots of new sticks. We got some original Xbox wired controllers as well. This is kind of a weird racing wheel, but it works a lot better than you might think. It's pretty incredible. Cables and AB cables for every single console you can need. Here's a useful little device that you might need. It's the AB to HDMI converter. So you plug in your old composite cables, white cable, and out the other side it will do HDMI. You know, so many TVs nowadays only accept HDMI. It's crazy.
So this won't upscale it or anything, but this will just simply let you use cords on your newer TV. So it's very useful for that. Very cheap option. You know, there's expensive options, but we want to make sure that you can just get it to work, right?
Exactly. These are Xbox One earbuds. And these nice little case here. So they're kind of like just the standard hanging earbuds that you've seen before, but they're these nice heavy metal, and they just kind of hang down on your chest, and you can talk right into the microphone.
Yeah,
they're
cute.
Nice
I like
case.
the little case and everything.
And these are all brand new. Don't worry, we're not selling you used.
Yeah,
earbuds.
we'd never sell used earbuds. That's not a good look.
Right over here, we got some PlayStation accessories here as well.
We've also got a full copy of Seen It here.
That's fun. It's funny to say that it gamifies a game, but it makes Seen It work so much better if you can just add it to a 360. So we got a couple PS3 controllers left, including brand new third-party ones.
Those are wired, the $15 ones.
So they'll work on your PC as well. Here we got some PS2 controllers. And these, I know they look a little bit off, but they actually feel a lot better than they look, I promise.
I've actually never had one of those from that brand returned, which is kind of surprising because PS2 controllers tend to be kind of bad.
Yeah.
But I've never had a return on one of those, so they're pretty nice.
Tons of memory cards as well. We got Buzz the Mega Quiz. Pretty cool deal.
That's kind of cool. Sealed.
Yeah.
Totally brand new if you want to get that. We do, of course, have all the cords. We've got video cables. We've got power cables. Make sure you specify, if you want a PS2 power cable. There are two models. Let us know if you got the fat or the slim, because it's the difference between a $5 cable and an $11 cable.
Here we have something very bizarre. Hook up your PS4 to your super old CRT TV. This will convert HDMI to composite.
Yeah, be very, very specific if you want that one, because we are by default going to give you that one, because that's the only one people ever buy. That's the useful one. But if for some reason you want to play your PS4 on a CRT, we've got extension cables here. Of course, those are some used first-party AV cords for the PS1, 2, and 3. We also have the SingStar microphones, if you want to play that. All right, what else we got, Cody? I think we're just about wrapping up, right?
Yeah, we are. Mild technical issues, I guess. So yeah, why don't we wrap it all up? Technical issues are a bad sign. Let's. Why don't we get everybody out here to say hello and say goodbye. I really appreciate everybody tuning in to our 5th Twitch shopping network?
Is it? Yeah.
It might be, yeah. I think our 5th one. Yeah.
I don't know. We've had a lot.
We've been doing this a long time, folks. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. I hope to see you next month. We do this the first Friday of every single month.
While everyone's getting out here, again, just make sure that you've messaged DSKoopa checkout. Make sure that... Everything okay?
Yeah, it's just being a little choppy.
All right, guys. Well, we're wrapping up. Thank you so much. We're going to get to your orders as soon as we possibly can. We'll be in touch with you. This is our team grows every time. This is now our 5th or 6th Twitch Home Shopping Network here, and we have 10 people here helping us, and it probably will still take us a week. So we're gonna do our best to get you all of this stuff as fast as possible. Please just message DSKoopa checkout if you have any questions. We will get to you. Promise. Thank you guys so much. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Cody?
Ask everyone else.
Okay, anything else you guys want to say?
Thank you for your patience, especially towards the end when the stream was kind of doing its like funny thing. Thank you for letting us know of that because we do like to hear that and try to address things. So yeah, the patience and all of the awesome information you're giving us is super helpful.
This is our awesome team. Thank you guys so much all for being here. Thank you guys for watching.
Oh, special guests. We've got Business and Striker, if you guys didn't know. They're totally helping us. Fake Gamer Guy, you know him from the stream chat usually. He's here as well if you guys didn't already know that. Rest of us work at the store. If you've been here, Kana, Cyborg, Paul, Hacker Grom, Kelly.
Alright, Cody.
Hey!
Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Cody appreciates it a lot. He's trying to deal with the technical difficulties right now.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Be sure to follow DSKoopa here every single night.
Every single night I'm streaming from this store, showing off what got traded in, cleaning and fixing old games. It's a ton of fun.
The next few days, he's going to be packing your orders live on stream. So you're going to want to tune into that. It's going to be really fun.
Like a bonus, or
you might get some stickers and some cool stuff in there. Make sure to drop a follow. And thank you guys so much for watching.
Good night, everybody!
Good night.
Yeah.
Just
Be awkward until we're black.
What?
Wow.
Fading to black, right?
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
like misinterpretations can happen.